Yeah, that's how I'm feeling this morning, man. Good vibes. Real good vibes, man. You feel me? Victory lap shit. Money making nip. Straighten out my jewelry on my bitch dresser. You feel me? That's what I'm on this morning, nigga. You feel me? I'm on some money making nip shit, nigga. Straighten out my jewelry on my bitch dresser, nigga. Y'all niggas ain't on shit. What's up? What they do this morning, man? What they do? Who got in the building? Salute. We got my dog Thurman in the building. What they do, Thurman? We got my dog Timmy Turner in the building. What they do? You know we got the OGs Vyasa in here. Salute to the OGs Vyasa and Ogun pulled up on me this early morning. I appreciate y'all. We got T Lim in the building. What they do, fam? We got my dog Rail from the Foe in the building. Y'all make sure y'all go tap in with Rail from the Foe over there on TikTok. Doing his thing over there on TikTok. Y'all make sure y'all go tap in with Rail from the Foe over there on TikTok. Who else we got in here? We got Shot Sun in the building. What they do, Shot Sun? What they do? What he say? What they do, champ? That what he say? What they do, champ? I got my dog M Davis in the building. What they do, champ? That's right. That's right. That's right, M Davis. That's right. Who else we got in that bit? We got my dog Rob Noxious in the thing. Okay, what they do, Rob Noxious? We got Solar God. I know Copper Draco probably done went in and out. That nigga Copper Draco. What they say that nigga Copper Draco, that boy, he virtually homeless. That's what they say. That's the term for it. That nigga Copper Draco, boy, he gonna be in this chat. He gonna be in AP chat, and he gonna be on the panel on True Zone all at the same time with the same device. That nigga versatile. Shout out to that nigga. That nigga Copper Draco, boy. Only nigga I know can be in three chats off one device. That nigga that is swift as hell. We got my dog Augusta in the building. What they do? OG in the building, Augusta, Georgia. We got the OG in there. That's what they do. Yeah, this is an early morning special. Nothing too drastic. You feel me? I have this is called a victory lap edition of grifting off low IQs. You know, I had a debate yesterday. Yeah. I know my biggest fan in here. He ain't getting no attention though. He dedicated. Nigga gotta nigga gotta do a little bit more. Nigga gotta do a little bit more. But yeah, man, I had a debate yesterday. It was a clean sweep. First round knockout. You feel me? TKO type shit. First round. Real strategic. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with a lot of body shots. You feel me? Didn't take no beating at all. Pause. Didn't take not a didn't land not a strike on your boy. You feel me? I landed all the strikes. She threw nail punch. So I came up out of there virtually untouched. You know what I'm saying? Virtually untouched. And the proof is always gonna be in the pudding, right? So last night, three separate streams was talking about the debate. They were talking about the debate over there on True Zone channel, and they was talking about the debate on AP channel before they migrated over to Smoke Signal channel, right? So let me double back. Let me back up, right? Let me back up. Let me just get this queued up. So yeah, we had the debate last night, right? Nice little debate, nothing too pressure. Nice little debate. And for the entirety of the aftermath, they spent, I mean, it was niggas coming out the woodworks. Niggas who I haven't seen in months. Niggas who I hadn't seen in months showed up on the panel to dick ride, right? I'm talking about cats who didn't even see the debate. So I'm gonna play some of that, right? I'm gonna play some of that. And I'm gonna play the debate every day this week. We're gonna go through the debate. We're gonna go round for round. We're gonna see what she talked about, and we're gonna see what I talked about. We're gonna see who was on topic and who showed the evidence. This lady went 2 rounds without talking about A00. She went 2 full rounds. The conversation of the debate was, what is the genetic marker's origins for A00. Is they from America? Is they from Africa? She spent 2 hours not even talking about the genetic marker. Who does that in a debate? But separate Aboriginal. Who does that in a debate but separate Aboriginal? So after the debate, like I said, they jumped on Aboriginal Power Channel. He hit in the chat. He like, hey, look, hit the link. He dropped the link. No cap. He dropped the link, bro. It took them folks all of 2 minutes. I plugged my laptop up to the charger. I went and grabbed my headphones because I'm like, all right, I'm finna have to go outside. So I went, like I said, plugged my laptop up, put the headphones on. By the time I came back to hit the damn thing, by the time I hit the button, it was already 12 niggas on the panel. And you know they only got 12 up there. You feel me? You know they only got 12 up there. So I'm like, damn, these niggas here sick. Who else is stuck in the building? Oh, what they do? What they do? We got my boy YK in the building. What they do? Let me refresh my restream because the chat showing up slow as hell and it's not even flapping across the screen. Like I can see it on the screen, but I can't see that bit on like my on my back office. Pause. Let me I'm finna hit the refresh. It might be a all right, I'm back. Back again. Let me put this down. Hide the camera roll. Put my down. Put the chat overlay back up. See, I don't know what's going on with the computer today. That motherfucker telling me it's on, but then I click the reload button. That bit don't want to reload. So I'm seeing the chat. Okay, bet. I'm back. Okay. I'm like, damn, I can't see the chat. What's up with these niggas? Cause I could see the chat, but I couldn't like click it and put it on the screen. Got these niggas believing in DNA now. You feel me? Got these niggas believing in DNA. Man, listen. I put on a clinic last night. When I left that when I left what you calling them channel. When I left what you calling them channel, bro, they was talking about me all night. I'm talking about all night long. Like I said, from the first 5 minutes, they was 12 deep on the panel. I seen Chief Holiday up there. Listen, you know it's a good debate when you haven't seen niggas in months and they showing up on the panel. And then this was so funny about these niggas. They didn't even see the debate. These niggas love Lucky. They in love with Lucky. Pause. These niggas are infatuated with what I got going on. I hadn't seen none of these dudes in a long time. I don't talk to any of them. I don't hold conversations with OTK. I don't hold conversations with Chief Holiday. I don't hold conversations with A1. After I get off into this shit, I'm finna show next how I did last or 2 weeks ago. A1 told everybody he have a master's degree 2 years ago. 3 weeks ago, he finally came out and admitted he don't have a master's degree. But he don't know I got the video from both occasions. So I've been playing showing this nigga have no credibility. This y'all master teacher, a nigga who graduated from the 10th grade and fucking got a GED then said he went to jail, then said he got out of jail, and then he said he got his associates for free, and he got his masters for free. This is what he told y'all niggas. Meanwhile, you can't get your masters for free. What type of fucking program he was attached to? Second of all, this nigga don't have a master's because he came out 3 weeks ago and he was telling somebody that he's paying tuition currently, and he's 24 credits from his master's. Which one is it, nigga? 2 years ago you had a master's. This year you 24 credits from your master's. I didn't know you lost masters and credits in the future. Niggas be lying and you be eating it up because you're a goofy. You sit up under another nigga, get lied to because you goofy. You send Snapchats to a nigga who lied to you because you're goofy. You're a buster. We call you Mark Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Y'all some Mark Robinson ass niggas. If you don't know who Mark Robinson is, take a second and look up Mark Robinson. That's who you niggas tied to. We hadn't seen Lex Vortex. Now he up that dick eating. I'm gonna be honest with you. See, other niggas might have like certain type of relationships or fellowship groups or whatever. As you know, I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. I'm not worried about none of this shit. None of these niggas is my homies. I don't got no type of secret relationship with none of these niggas behind the scenes. All these niggas retarded. Lex is one of the biggest, goofiest grifters of all of the conscious community. This nigga Lex is legitimately changed up his position 17 times. I went back and counted. Lex Vortex has changed his position 17 times. He is a textbook grifter, and he's getting no traction off of it. How do you grift off 17 different times and you haven't built up a channel yet? You know how easy it is to become an Aboriginal and get a channel? What are you talking? All you got to do is go Aboriginal and you're going to get 40 niggas in your chat. You can't even grift off of Aboriginal. That's how garbage you is, nigga. They caught you with a blow-up doll in your car. You had a blow-up Karen in your car, nigga. And you came back around. Niggas exposed you for having a blow-up doll and your camera was on, nigga. You was on a live stream with the blow-up doll in the back seat. And you commenting about my debate. Nigga, you a dick rider. You trying to get some type of momentum going for what? I don't know. You was running a lousy ass rap league, a battle rap league. All your battle rap was garbage. You had battle rappers losing the AP. Niggas falling asleep. You had Sergio, all these goof ass niggas around you. That's what I'm saying. It be goof ass niggas huddled up. Birds flock together. That's why these goofies huddled up. That's what it is. So like I said, all these niggas come out the woodworks because Big Luck put that pressure in. Not a coincidence, stupid as fuck. That is fair to say. That is fair to say. That is fair to say. It's so easy. A caveman could do it, but you know, you niggas is lower than caveman. You niggas is Homo erectus. Pause. You know these niggas Homo erect. Pause. Yeah, that nigga, man, not a coincidence, man. I remember this shit, bro. That nigga had cammed up. AP, all these niggas was going up on this nigga, bro. This nigga Lex Vortex used to be inside the Aboriginal car. He used to ride around with them niggas all the time. He used to be hanging out. He'd be going live. He'd be up this bit. He'd be doing his thing with them niggas, right? One day he was going too far to the left, trying to prove to these niggas Indians was in slavery. That nigga camped up. Nigga had a blow up doll in the back. Nigga say, gang, who that is in the back? Oh, that's a fucking doll? Oh my God. Oh my God. You hear what I'm saying? Nigga had a blow up doll. So we had niggas with we had blow up dolls. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got blow up dolls in the back seat, and they done showed up to tell Lucky he did a bad job at the debate. So like I said, I'm gonna play some of the banter because these niggas have no morals. They got no understanding. They got nothing going on. Niggas just haters. They dick eaters. They haters. And they got internalized racism. These niggas internally racist. They hate themselves. They ain't never had hoes and shit. These are niggas who, if they took their drawers off in front of a female, they get laughed at. Like, these are niggas that we be arguing with. Niggas with no hoes, no morals, and no money on, no motion. The not having boys. I would admit, y'all the not having boys. So as I'm listening to the not having boys complain about a nigga who got their whole motherfucking community in an uproar, let's just listen to some of this shit, man. Let's listen to some of the antics from the crowd. Let me shut the screen real quick. Yeah, so nigga with Dickie and Luck for about damn the whole night, from panel to panel. If I would have went on True Zone channel last night and was up there talking, it would have been about 40 people over there in the chat. You feel me? Doing the same shit. But they was over there 25 deep talking about the debate. And then there was 100 deep over in Smoke in the chat talking about the debate. So there's 130 niggas last night talking about my debate. Right? 130 niggas in the chat talking about my debate yesterday. But I lost. Nigga, they wasn't talking about Dosey. These niggas is obsessed with me, and they obsessed with the information that we provide. You niggas have no brain cells. You have no methodology. Sachi was up there admitting that I showed A00 older than Albert Perry. Sachi went on Truth Zone channel and admitted that I showed A00 older than Albert Perry, but he said it's a different A00. That's the point, dummy. It's older. It's the originator. You fucking goofy. But anyway, let's play some of this. Let's hear some of the commentary from these quack jobs.
First came out, you can read the articles. It would say we're gonna have to change the whole theory of evolution according to this find in America. And then conveniently, they say, oh, we had it before, we just didn't notice it. We found it in Cameroon, and we sticking you niggas all back in Africa again. You niggas can't be nowhere but Africa. That's white supremacy. And I believe that the slave trade happened and all that shit, and we got African. But nigga, why can't we be nowhere else? So these dudes are nothing but puppets, and they take science as a religion, and no innovations come from people who don't challenge the consensus. You have to prove to me that you can think, not just recite something from an article. Nigga, break it down. How did they come to it? And so Dulcinea was masterful at that. Lucky was trash. It wasn't even close.
Damn. All right. Tyron, how you feel, brother? Thank you. Well, we got OTK after you.
What's going on, Bat? What's going on, Lex Vortex? I didn't even catch the debate, but from what I hear from YK.
Well, listen, I'm not gonna allow you to speak on it since you didn't get to see it.
Just hold on, can I say this?
Just to be fair. Go ahead.
Lex Vortex, he got a debate coming up, and I want to be a part of that because I want to give him some info to body bag these pan-goofies. And YK and I have a debate coming up. He wanted a rematch. This time it's about folklore and Black American culture. And this is coming from when I was getting on over there on Sinetta's panel.
You don't give a damn. Shut your ass up, Ling Ling. That's why the nigga wasn't gonna let you talk. You ain't even see the debate, nigga. Shut up.
Debate was taken.
Shut up. Some questions now, so I don't know if they even heard y'all questions, but we will allow y'all.
I want YK or Lucky to answer that question.
Hold on, I don't know if they even heard it, but if they did or didn't, we will allow them to answer after.
But yeah, AP, I won't be debating Ling Ling though, brother.
Shango, what's the word on Shango?
Peace, man. Look,
right. You just did all that talking. Nobody's debating you, Ling Ling. Move around, dude. You're a fucking weirdo. You wear masks on camera that you made out of socks that you haven't washed yet. Nigga be using dirty tuba socks as a mask. Nigga like he in a masquerade ball. Tell me he finna have a debate with YK. YK is not debating you, champ. Fuck is wrong with you, nigga? You be wearing tuba masks. You be wearing masquerade masks made out of fucking tuba socks. Are you serious? Fuck out of here, nigga.
Lucky got bodied. Dosey cooked him. Beautiful work by the sister, man. I thank the ancestors for this sister, man. She was killing him. So we really got to dive into this Pan-African thing. These people do not respect us, man. They don't respect us. They don't like us. And it showed in the chat. It showed the way Lucky was talking to a real disrespect.
Man, shut your black ass up, bro.
Who was that?
I don't know what the fuck that was.
Some troll. I don't know. But he banned though. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Yeah. Anyway, that's probably one of my haters all the time. But, bruh, let me tell you, man, that just showed my point, man. Them niggas, they don't respect us, man. They think we childish. They think we on some bullshit. But all these niggas do is regurgitate the white man's logic and rhetoric, man. It's very simple to see that Albert Perry's American. And she proved that. They said she didn't. She did. Like Brother Holiday said. The chief said it. He was born in America. How the hell are you going to say, where's the source? Where's the source?
See, this is why I said they're stupid, right? And who this person is that he's talking, I don't even know who this dude is, this so-called Shango. I don't even know who this dude is. I'm telling you right now, he's a fucking idiot. The conversation wasn't about Albert Perry. This is why, like, these dudes, they be emotional and they be idiots and they don't have no hoes. They out here caping for Dosey. Meanwhile, Dosey is a bad person. So I didn't disrespect Dosey at all the entire debate. And we're about to play the debate. These bitch ass niggas don't like how I showed she was a liar. So when I caught her lying the first time, I said, hey, I don't think you doing that on purpose. Maybe you just didn't know. And then when she did it a second time, I said, okay, now this is the second time in a row I caught you lying. Then she did it a third time. Now, if you done lied 3 times, guess what I got to say? You lied. So because I say she lied, he said I disrespected her. You niggas have no backbone. Your girl run all over you. Matter of fact, you ain't even got a girl. But when you did have a female, your baby mama ran all over you, nigga, and you paying an absorbent amount of dollars in child support to this day.
I don't know. He banned though. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
You paying an absorbent amount of child support, nigga.
Now, this dude doesn't understand how autosomal test works, nor Y or mtDNA.
All right, I appreciate that. Oh, we're gonna check out that debate. Who channel is that debate gonna be on?
Are they gonna answer that question, AP?
Ain't nobody having.
Oh yeah, well, nobody's answering questions now, so I don't know if they even heard y'all questions, but we will allow y'all.
I want YK or Lucky to answer that question.
Hold on, I don't know if they even heard it, but if they did or didn't, we will allow them to answer after.
But yeah, AP, I won't be debating Ling though, brother.
Shango, what's the word on Shango?
Peace, man. Lucky got bodied. Dosey cooked him. Beautiful work by the sister, man. I thank the ancestors for this sister, man. She was killing him. So we really got to dive into this Pan-African thing. These people do not respect us, man. They don't respect us. They don't like us. And it showed in the chat. It showed the way Lucky was talking to a real disrespect.
Man, shut your black ass up, bro.
Who was that?
I don't know what the fuck that was.
Some troll. I don't know. But he banned though. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Yeah. Anyway, that's probably one of my haters all the time. But bruh, let me tell you, man, that just showed my point, man. Them niggas, they don't respect us, man. They think we childish. They think we on some bullshit. But all these niggas do is regurgitate the white man's logic and rhetoric, man. It's very simple to see that Albert Perry's American. And she proved that. They said she didn't. She did. Like Brother Holiday said. The chief said it. He was born in America. How the hell are you going to say, where's the source? Where's the source? Nigga, his body is in America. His lineage is in America. But anyway, I'm going to leave that alone till we get to the next part. But she did an excellent job, man. Salute to her.
Yeah,
shout out to everybody in the building, man. Hey, this the open flow, man. Y'all got it. Go ahead, have at it.
Yo, white people was born in America too, brother.
Okay, that don't mean
that.
Here we go.
But they didn't have A00.
Here we go.
Bro, the man just clearly said, look, Lex Vortex just clearly said, you niggas pull up sources, but you don't understand the sources that you niggas are reading.
Yep.
Dosey broke the sources down. And see, listen, real quick. We just had Lucky about 2 months ago. Me and Cosmic Cow. We ran that nigga off the panel because that nigga was just he was saying certain parts of the article, but he didn't even read or understood the whole entire article. The whole entire article wasn't absolute. It was saying, "Oh, we believe. Oh, it may be. Oh, this." It was talking in absolutes,
Yeah.
in hypothetical stages. These wasn't even theological stages. And you niggas be pulling up sources, always pull. You niggas don't understand DNA. And see, the crazy thing is this, right? I'm gonna say this, and you can let this reserve. I gotta go to sleep, get up, and go work tomorrow, right? If Albert Perry DNA is over 360,000 years or whatever, right? We remember when this shit first came out. Me and Chief Holiday was talking about this shit back in 2015. Before most niggas even knew about this shit, right?
So, listening to these niggas, right? Listening to these idiots. He said he got to get up and go to work in the morning. How long ago did he say that? He said that immediately into the screen. Let me show you how long this nigga was on the panel on Lucky behalf talking about Lucky. When did Ahanu L finally get off the panel last night? Ahanu L got off the panel. He was still up there. When did he finally get off? Ahanu L got off the panel a full 2 hours later. 2.5 hours after he said he was gonna be quick, he got to get off. This nigga stayed on the panel, obsessed with me. 2 whole hours. I thought you had to go, nigga. And you talking about you ran me off a panel, bro. YK ran you off of the Aboriginal block, nigga. You was the top Aboriginal, A1. I don't think people remember. You were the top Aboriginal, right? You stopped going live. You crashed out on Sister Betty and told Sister Betty she's not welcome in your chat room no more because she voted for YK in your debate. My nigga, you are a laughing stock of all of the Aboriginals. Nobody takes you serious except AP and apparently Chief Shango. AP must be some type of indebted to you. You must have paid for some of his subscribers or something early on because AP be letting you get away with shit and he know you an idiot. YK ran you off the block, bro. And for you to lie, you just made up some story. Go show the footage, just like I showed the footage of you saying that you got a master's degree. Go show the footage of you running me off of some type of stream, you and Cosmon. Cosmon is an idiot who don't do nothing but yell and scream, and you mute and block and delete and put people in the back. So if I'm on any channel that you have the panel control of, you put me off the channel. Stop fucking lying. Nobody believes you, nigga. You're just a propagandist, right? They was up there on the channel the entire night. Smoke Signal is in the chat room telling me to pull up. How can I pull up if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the panel? It's 10 that you can see, but it's 2 people in the back chat all the time. This is what these niggas do, right? So whether it's 12 on the actual panel or it's 10 on the panel, the studio is always full. So they'll text you in the chat and say, pull up. Meanwhile, the studio is always full. But then they'll keep communicating, talking about Lucky don't want to come up and answer these questions. Lucky's scared to communicate about these questions. Meanwhile, the panel's full. So then when I mention the panel's full, guess what A1 says? Oh, he don't need to come up here anyway. When I'm up here, he don't need to be up here. So which one is it, Goofy? Am I not coming up there because I'm afraid to have a conversation? Or are you keeping me off the panel because you don't want me to expose how stupid you sound? See, this is what these niggas do. When I was just using the microphone off my cell phone and you could talk over me, now you feel like you can't talk over me. You don't even want to talk to me. You're lame. YK whooped on you. You one of my biggest fans, just like Vernell. All these niggas who watch me every fucking day, regurgitate everything I say, be on my dick 24/7, but then act like I'm wrong. My nigga, that shit don't bother me. That junk don't even bother me, right? You just showing me how much of an idiot you is. You just showing about how much of an idiot you is. And the other dude just begging for attention. I don't even pay attention to him. He's the number one commenter in the chat. He leave 1,000,000 comments. Nobody pay attention to him. He didn't even see the debate. He got 4 niggas in his chat when he go live. Aboriginals don't even support that nigga. It'd be more Aboriginals over here than it be over there. So, like I said, I'm not worried about nothing this dude say. He's a reject. Niggas be rejects. Niggas be rejects. I don't know. The entire time they up there, right? So niggas want me, they want me to sit around. Like this is how goofy these niggas is. They want me to sit around for 10 hours straight for the one moment in which there can be an attempt for me to jump on the panel. Y'all last was 30 deep for 5 hours. For 5 hours. There's no panel host that's gonna let you on. Then when I show up, there's no panel host to let you on. This what y'all niggas did all night long. You think I'm finna stay up? At this point in time, it's 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's finna be up at 1 o'clock in the morning. What I look like being up at 1 o'clock in the morning for a debate when my name is in the title. Y'all niggas been talking about me for 3 hours straight. But I'm supposed to sit around and wait for a moment that I can get in? No, y'all niggas is goofy. Y'all niggas is goofy. Nigga said she showed this, and that. Watch this.
So this is my point.
But you a monkey.
Well,
that's like a high heel shoe turning into a joy.
You corrected them. You break it down. Let's who man get the panel. Go ahead. We gonna be all
a mutation is not a change in your DNA. A mutation is a lack of expression of your genetics.
So
Lashandra, hold on, Lashandra, hold on real quick.
And even as someone that farms, now you like when they test the soil, right, for the trace minerals.
These niggas don't know what
you see what I'm saying? About. So that's when we dealing with cross-referencing, meaning we taking an eclectic amount of evidence and information. We're doing investigative research. We're not just doing research according to how they want us to do it. We're doing investigative research. That's when you.
So niggas is claiming that they're doing investigative research. Let's investigate the investigative research. Let's play the debate. Let's show the debate. Let's show the debate. Because the conversation, look at the debate title. Where does genetic A00 come from? It's not about where Albert Perry was born. And that's what this idiot said. Remember he said that. Remember what this idiot said. This Shogun dude. Right? What did he say? Remember what he said.
You leave your DNA at a crime scene and they got your DNA and they tested with the crime scene and your DNA come up in that, then that goes to show you that you had to be part of the crime.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why the autosomal is different from maternal and paternal. Maternal and paternal, the Y chromosomes, the paternal, the mitochondria for the maternal. So it's like, it don't take, you don't have to be an expert to understand this. You can even use their experts. So I don't have to be an expert with this. All I got to do is use their expert. I can use another geneticist that's telling you that DNA.
You can pull up because they love using that Negro. And in that interview, he literally said that you cannot use haplogroups to prove your race. In that same video that he tried to gaslight.
Nobody is talking about race. He never even seen a debate. This is why I keep saying y'all are dumb. This is why y'all have the reputation that y'all have. This is why the dude came on and said they think we childish. Because niggas who didn't see the debate are talking about topics of the conversation that are not the debate. Nobody brung up race but your friend Dosey. Haplogroups have nothing to do with race. That's pseudo. Right? That's pseudo. Nigga said she won because she showed where Albert Perry was born. The conversation wasn't about Albert Perry.
That nigga was just he was saying certain parts of the article, but he didn't even read or understood the whole entire article. The whole entire article wasn't absolute. It was saying, "Oh, we believe."
So he's an idiot, right? This is what I'm saying. He don't know how science works. He's just talking. He refuses to get in the ring after YK beat him up. So all he does is talk, right? And he knows he's a liar. He's like the female Dosey. We can see that he's smiling when he talks. Last time he cammed up, he had a tooth missing, so he ain't gonna cam up again.
Yeah, right off the top of your head, what does the A and A00
They asking us what does the A and A00 stand for? They ask all these dumb shits, right? One person asking what does the A and A00 stand for. The other person said she won because she showed Albert Perry was born in America. That shit is ridiculous. That shit is ridiculous. I'm glad somebody finally blocked this ugly ass. He stay in the chat. This nigga so dedicated. Don't nobody even know you, fam. Aboriginals don't know you. The Pan-Africans don't know you, bro. I was trying to give you a little bit of grace. I was trying to breathe life into your channel, sorry ass nigga. But I'm done off that. You feel me? I was trying to breathe life into your little sorry ass channel. Only way you can do that is by trying to make me your op, nigga, and it ain't gonna work. These niggas been trying to do this shit for years. They want me to be their op. You can't. It ain't gonna work, gang. I got 3 niggas already in line trying to be my op, nigga. You gonna have to get in line. So let me play this debate.
I want you guys to really judge this based off of the information that's been.
So this is what AP said. Really judge it based off the information that's being presented. That's what he said. So let's do it. Let's get into it. I'm gonna play my round. I'm gonna play her round, and we're gonna talk about it.
Presented and the points of the topic that is being presented. Lucky Guzman versus Dosanil. Where does the genetic marker A00 come from? Is it from Africa or is it from America? Shout out to everybody in the building. May the best debater get their point across. Lucky Guzman, it's on you. Let me set up your time. Go ahead, you got the floor. I'm gonna set up your time real quick.
All right, Mike, check everything smooth, right? Is the you got me on the bit screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's a bet. That's a bet.
So I'm gonna give you a 3-minute introduction. Is that cool?
No, I'm gonna say that for and that's I can use that for a rebuttal, right?
Oh yeah, we can. Well, yeah, I'll just let you give a brief 30-second introduction to get into your round. You got officially 15 minutes on the clock.
Okay, yeah, that's a bet. Yeah, this is a conversation about the genetic origins of A00 markers. Is it America or is it Africa? This ain't about if genetic markers is real. This is about bet. This is about if A00, the genetic markers, is from Africa or America. Now, me and Dosey, we had a couple of back and forths, right? Before we even got into this whole little situation. And I made sure to establish the parameters. We had to figure out who had the oldest genetic mutation in order to make this demonstration. This is what she said. So I'm gonna play some clips and then I'm gonna get into my little shit. So this is the first clip that I got.
We can't hear nothing if you're playing it. Let me pause your time. We can't hear it. So you might have to reshare. Are you playing the clip now?
Hold up. Yeah, I'm playing it right now. Can you said you can't hear it?
Go ahead. No, we can't hear it at all. No, we can't hear it at all, sir. There's no audio on your screen.
Out of America.
Oh yeah. What's her name?
I will get into that in the debate.
So you're of the position that two people are the only two people who have ever had A00, and they're both from America.
Oh, absolutely not. Obviously not. They're not the only people to have ever had A00, but they're the only two people that they found A00 in. Yes.
So they don't have any ancient A00 remain. They don't find those from 2000, nothing from 1200 AD, nothing from 900, nothing from 1,000 years ago, nothing.
They found divergence. They found the descendants of A00. He is a descendant of the future of A00. He just shows that he is a descendant of someone way, way further back than they could ever even realize, because that person that he's a descendant of carried A00. And that's the oldest A00 that they've ever been able to find. Albert Perry's ancestor, not Albert Perry in himself. He just got that DNA. They passed down to him.
Lucky, hold on. Let me pause your time. If you was just talking, Lucky, we're not hearing you speak because your mic is unmuted, maybe on StreamYards.
Huh?
I don't know. Like, we couldn't hear you, but say something now while you're speaking. Go ahead. Let's see.
You can hear me now, but you couldn't just hear me.
No, I can hear you now. Yes.
So
you good now? No, I heard. I could hear all the audio, but I'm just saying. I was saying you pausing it, and I was just making sure if you were speaking in between the pauses. That's all.
Yeah, I was. So this right here was established. A00 conversation is about genetic mutation. She's saying that A00 genetic mutation starts at Albert Perry. She's saying Albert Perry is the oldest known mutation. I had her saying this multiple times on multiple different venues. So again, I'm gonna have her say it again right now. So you said Albert Perry. I gotta come back to this. So you said Albert Perry has the oldest mutation ever. He's got the oldest haplogroup mutation to ever exist. That's what you're saying?
He has the oldest A00 DNA that has been found. They have not found an older variation of A00 in any remains or any living person since.
So the conversation is there has never been nothing older found on the mutation line. If A00 is from America, then that would mean that Albert Perry would have to be the oldest mutation on the A00 line. Also, one would ask, how many mutations occurred and how many samples do we have? How many samples do we have for A00 in America? This is what I will make sure that we answer.
9 minutes and 50 seconds. 9 minutes and 50 seconds, brother.
Perfect. So this right here is what we call the Y family tree. It's a phylogenetic tree. I'm gonna get into the phylogenetics in a second. The phylogenetic tree starts at the top. The top is A00 star. You see this star right here? This star right here is the remains of a boy in Cameroon dated to 7,885 years before the present. This Cameroonian, again, this Cameroonian found in 7,885 before the present is the oldest A00 mutation on the line. Further down the line, we have Albert Perry, known as A00A, which I will corroborate here in a second. This is what's called a phylogenetic tree. We can see clear as day A00 at the top. We've got the basal line is what they call it. This is the basal line. This ID number is I10871. It's cataloged in the Allen Ancient Genome Project. Right? I'm going to corroborate all this in just a second. All this in just a second. So what we got here is the time. Let's get a timeline established. So it was first coined in 2013 was when it went public, right? But the study was actually from 2008, which, like I said, I can get into the weeds at a later second. So the frequency we have is 6.3% in the Imbo tribe, right? So yes, the first it was identified in a study from 2008 where an African-American lineage was later traced to the Imbo people of Western Cameroon. It revealed an unbroken genetic thread spanning over thousands of years, right? So again, like I say, in 2013, the initial A00 occurred at 2013. It was so-called unprecedented at the time. This is what everybody's titling Albert Perry, a man he lived from 1819 to 1827, right? This is from Menendez. This is what everybody's quoting, right? This is the thing, though. The phylogenetic tree, we already understand. A00 is the oldest. So if A00 is the oldest, A00 would be, like I said, the most basal. Look at this. Look at the word. A00 holds the most basal chromosome lineage known to exist in the living humans. Okay? The evidence for the modern populations in Cameroon. There has been 174 Imbo males tested, 67 Bangwa males tested, with a 40% frequency of them finding A00 in the Bangwa people of Cameroon. They find it at 6.3% in the Imbo. They've taken 174 male samples from one tribe, 67 male samples from that tribe. This is important. The subgroups, the A00 chromosome found in the Imbo were later classified as a subgroup A00B, right? This is what I just showed. A00B A4987. A00B A4985, 986. That's going to be this line. When they put the 5 and they dash it and they run it all the way, that's dashing it all the way to 92. 95. So I'm sitting up here telling you this line right here. So in the first round, I'm showing literally in the first round, the phylogenetic tree. A00 at the top of the phylogenetic tree and Albert Perry way down at the bottom. Showing, signifying he do not have the oldest mutation. End of the conversation right there. You smoked in the first quarter. End of the conversation right there. No questions asked. I showed on the phylogenetic tree exactly what's going on. You cannot get around genetics, especially not when you're claiming he got the oldest mutation. That's why I made sure to play that right before I showed the tree. This whole point of this debate was to prove where the genetic markers come from, not to prove where Albert Perry was born. The conversation is where does A00 come from, not was where Albert Perry born at. You was already cooked in the first inning, right? I was beating a dead horse. You was already done. And you trying to appeal to the crowd You brought up you put Swarthy on the screen. Wait till I get to your round. That's why I wanted to play my round first. We're gonna compare rounds. We're gonna compare rounds. Don't even trip. She said some of the dumbest things I ever heard in a debate. I'm sitting there, I'm trying to like dissect all of it, and I'm like, bro, she's just throwing stuff at the wall, hoping that she could confuse the Aboriginals long enough for them to say, ah, man, I remember I hate Lucky. This shit is ridiculous. This shit is literally ridiculous, bro. I just showed first quarter where the follow genetics is at. Broke down off the dribble what's going on. And I know these niggas dissected the information because, like I said, on Truth Zone channel, not a coincidence was over there talking to Satche. Satche yelling, not a coincidence talking. And Satche yelling about A00 star is what he called it. Right? He talking about A00 star. He showed it's got an older mutation, but it ain't the same as Albert Perry's. Fool. That's the point. A mutation would mean it changed. So let me break this down for you, idiot. If I show something A00 that was older than Albert Perry, but it had a different mutation, that means Albert Perry's mutation came from the older one. It's not a hard concept to get behind. It's just basic understanding. Simple, basic comprehension. Shit you niggas supposed to have, right? Shit you supposed to have, right? Let me play this. I'm gonna speed through. I only got so many minutes left, and I feel like the nigga shrunk my round too. You feel me? Cause I had technical difficulties. The nigga said he was gonna stop the time. Nigga didn't stop no time. That was the fastest 15 minutes I ever seen. I played 2 1-minute clips. I played 2 1-minute clips. Started commentating about it, and this nigga said 9 minutes and 50 seconds left. I said, what? So nigga really cut my first round all the way down, right? And I still smoked her in 9 minutes. It took me 9 minutes to smoke her. That's gonna be this line. When they put the 5 and they dash it and they run it all the way, that's dashing it all the way to 92. 95. These are the modern MBOs further down, right? A00, Albert Perry, descends from the older A00 Shumlanka, right? So what we got here is a St. Leo University nature study. The first ancient DNA from West Africa illuminates the deep human past. Okay, a team of international researchers, which included a St. Louis University Madrid anthropologists, dug deep to find some of the oldest African DNA on record. The Shumlanka rock shelter in Cameroon, home to ancient populations that bear little genetic resemblance to most people who live in the region today. That's right there. So guess what we got?
4 minutes and 55 seconds.
Perfect. So guess what we got here? So surprisingly, the ancient DNA sequence, they sequenced a full genome sequence. There was 18 individuals, right? From 8,000 years ago to 3,000 years ago. Okay. This was found and excavated in 1980, 1990. Okay. Very simple stuff here. So let's speed up. Bim, 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 bim. The surprising ancient DNA sequence from 4 children, one pair buried 8,000 years ago, the other 3,000, right? The pair buried 8,000 years ago, they were related autosomally. That's going to be important here in a second. So this result suggests that the Bantu speakers, my fault, I jumped ahead. It reveals ancestry very different from the Bantu today. Instead, they are closer to Central African hunter-gatherers. So these 8,000-year-old burials, the autosomal DNA is close to Central African hunter-gatherers. All right. So one of the sampled individuals, a male, carried the rare chromosome A00, found almost nowhere outside of Cameroon today. A00 is best documented among the Mbo and Bangwa ethnic groups living not far from Shumlanka, and this is the first time it has been seen in ancient DNA. Checkmate. A00 is a deeply divergent haplogroup, having split from all known humans about 300 to 200,000 years ago. This shows that this oldest known lineage of modern human males has been present in West Central Africa for more than 8,000 years. Right? This right here, this Shumlanka remains is the remains I'm speaking to. Right? This right here is the remains I'm speaking to. Analysis also revealed another set of 4 human lineages branching between 80,000 and 60,000 years ago, including the lineages contributing to most ancestry of present-day Eastern, Western Africans, and all the non-Africans. That's going to be important for my side jab later, right? But this is what's important. Considering this new model of human population, the author could show about 1/3 of the ancestry of Shumlanka derived from a lineage closely related to Central African hunter-gatherers, and 2/3 of their ancestry came from a distinct lineage distantly related to the majority of present-day Western Africans. So they did the DNA from these ancient remains. They found A00, and these ancient remains with A00 in them, guess what? They're related to Central African hunter-gatherers, right? I'm gonna get into the actual exact P and Y's in a second, right? But this is just an introduction, just a warm-up, just a warm-up. So again, the A00 chromosome found in the Imbo population was later classified as a distinct subgroup. I just showed it, separate from A00A, the subgroup identified in the African-American lineage of Albert Perry. A00A is not at the top. A00 is down here. A00 is Albert Perry. A00A is Albert Perry. He's down here. His mutation occurred at 5,000. His mutation occurred at 1,000 years ago to about roughly 250 years before the present. Nowhere near the oldest mutation. Again, nowhere near the oldest mutation. In a landmark 2020 study published in Nature, researchers analyzed the genome of 4 children I just talked about, buried in Shumlanka. One of them, like I said, had A00. The A00 chromosome individual found to have more basal than the A00 chromosomes found in modern populations, suggesting that the A00 lineage was more diverse than in the past than it is today. The Shumlanka individuals were genetically most similar to modern-day Central hunter-gatherers and were distinct from most Bantu speakers. Again, I don't want to get into the genetic characterization at this round. What's my time looking like, AP?
You have 9 seconds.
All right. So I will be getting into this, but that's where this information came from. I will be jumping to this in my second round. You can close my screen out.
That's official time. And we get ready to start the new time in just a second.
So even though the nigga shrunk my round, right? I was able to get through my 3 talking points for the first round. Showing the phylogenetic tree, establishing that he was not the oldest genetic mutation, and also establishing that autosomally, the oldest genetic mutation is related to Central African hunter-gatherers. That was important. Niggas that went over their head. The A00 that was found in Shumlanka, they autosomally tested it. Guess what? It was related to the person that it was buried with, and they were related to other Western Central hunter-gatherers. So if you are genetically related, as in your cousins and your siblings are West Central Africans, it's safe to assume you are a West Central African. I cooked her in the first round. Now let's play her round, right? Let's play her round. Let's see if she's even a smidge on topic. Let's see if she's even a smidge on topic. What are you singing back there, dude? He's in that little basket. You can't fit in that basket. You always singing something. What are you singing?
All right. Don't see your screen went away. Maybe we're ready to start your time. You actually got a 3 minute.
So I don't have to rebuttal what he said, but I did want my 3 minutes of intro. So if you could let me know after the 3 minutes, and then I guess give me my round, if that's
okay.
Cool.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you the 3 minutes separately. I'm gonna start your time whenever you start talking.
All right, peace and love, everybody. So today we're going to be doing a study on Albert Perry's ancient Y chromosome DNA. This is an observation with A00 being found in South Carolina. We're also going to run a peer review of some of the conjecture that we have against this information. But to do this, we're going to with the scientific method. We'll obviously have our observation, then we have to ask scientific questions, not questions out of science. That are scientific can be tested. They rely on evidence of the facts or natural phenomenon, while the other questions are opinions, values. They're solely based on authority or supernatural. So our hypothesis today is A00 is coming out of America, and its origins originates in America. So we're going to look at the experiments that they have, define their problems, see their objectives, see how they designed their experiment, performed and collected the data, and then we can see the conclusion and rephrase their hypothesis. Let's see if the data actually supports or contradicts their hypothesis.
So she's buttering y'all up right now, talking about absolutely nothing. She's talking about absolutely nothing. All these graphics she created. She said, after explaining what your data shows, state your conclusion, restate, rephrase your hypothesis. Like, what she's showing is non-consequential. Not only is it non-consequential, she's not going to do anything that she says she's going to do this entire first round. When I listened to the replay, she claimed that she was going to do a bunch of stuff. She claimed she was going to be peer reviewing stuff. She claimed she was going to be reanalyzing conclusions and making sure it matches data. She didn't look at a single line of data. I didn't see a number. I didn't see a math problem. When we get into these research articles, a lot of times when we're reading into the details, you're going to see a lot of equations. You're going to see math problems. You're going to see k equals 5, and then they're going to break down, well, if k equals 5 and this k is a cluster, then when you put it into this equation, k equals 5, like, bro, this shit is like a literal research article. It has actual data. Like I said, there's numbers, there's graphics, there's words attached to these research articles. She did none of the above. I didn't see a single graphic that was not inside of a PowerPoint. She used the graphics that didn't even agree with her. We're going to get to that. Nothing that she said in her debate for the first 2 rounds had anything to do with the genetic origins of A00. She wasted everybody's time, but it's okay, because all these Aboriginals wanted was for someone else to debate me because they don't have no balls, right? I didn't get to debate none of the males. I'm debating a woman who's clearly lying. She's got one eye covered, right? She's doing that little whole thing. Like, bro, I've been in this game for a long time, fam. I know when a lady is lying. I know when they're trying to do something else besides what we're supposed to be doing. You doing everything else besides sticking to the script. You're not even talking about what we're supposed to be talking about.
And see if we can find the correct one of our own. And then the results are just going to speak for themselves. We'll know if Albert Perry's A00 is coming out of America or Africa. So some key terms that we're going to need is Y chromosome testing, the analysis of genetic variations on a Y chromosome passed down from father to son unbroken, autosomal DNA, DNA inherited from both parents, SNPs, variations or changes on a single base position on the genome, phylogenetic tree, the branching diagram shown as the evolutionary relationships between species, haplogroups, haplotypes that share a common ancestor in paternal or maternal lineage, and the mutation rate, the frequency in which new mutations occur on a genome. So I just want you to look at here some good reviewing as we go and we listen to the science. You already got some. There's a lot of questions that it is. Is this science high quality? What were the methods that they used to find what they're saying? Can we actually find this to be something that's original or just something that's passed down? This is something that we're going to examine as we clearly look at both sides of this argument. And as we're going through the data, we'll see if the results are matching where Albert Perry A00 is really originating out of Africa or if it's coming out of America. You can stop me at my intro there.
You got 32 seconds left, and I'll get ready to get to your 15-minute time. Okay. All right, it's ready whenever you are.
All right, you can start now. In the first round, we're going to go through some of these agenda-based theories that they're trying to masquerade as science. And then we'll go into the data of Albert Perry and see what it says. So we're starting off with Mark Casby. He was born in March 1683, and between 1729 and 1747, he published The Natural History of Carolina, Florida, and the Bahama Islands. He would later be used by Carl Linnaeus in Species Planetarium in 1753. This is an excerpt from his book. It says he traveled through Carolina in the year 1722, described the production of the low and flat countries, as well as 700 miles into Carolina, Florida, and the Bahama Islands. So what I got is a primary source where he was speaking of the Aborigines of America to the Royal Society scientific community. And we see as he speaks in a letter, coordinates to them. He talks about the Aboriginals and how they look. He says they from pole to pole, north to south, they're the same people. They come from the same stock. It doesn't matter their resemblance, the form, their features, their customs. They may differ a little, but from the equinox to Canada, even amongst the Caribbean, when we look at the mosquitoes, the Mexicans, the Floridians, all the way to the outside of the colonies. He describes them as being swarthy and generally larger in stature, and even South America being a lot alike, even though he had little knowledge. He then goes on to talk about the Indians of Carolina and Florida. He talks about how they're well proportioned, how their wrists are small, their fingers long and lanky, their faces broad, their features were manly, their noses were not flat, their lips are not too thick. He also says their hair is black and very coarse. He talks about the women before a marriage being finely shaped, them having pretty features. And he said no people have stronger eyes or see better in the night than the Indians, and their houses live in perpetual smoke. So we can see here, scientists in 1722 were not objecting that American was its own human population, separate from any African or Asian. So then we come and we get to Darwin.
Can anybody tell me what she's talking about? Can anyone explain to me? Now, we're halfway through her first round. We're at the halfway point of her first round, of her first 15 minutes. She's talked for 7 minutes. Has she mentioned Albert Perry and A00 yet? We're 7 minutes into your first round, and you have not mentioned Albert Perry yet. You showed a picture of him. You said we're going to be talking about Albert Perry, and then you started talking about Noah Webster, the word swarthy, and some dude named Mark who's talking about seeing Indians in the 1600s. I'm sorry, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. You're trying to appeal to the crowd, right? Oh, show them that blacks was the real Indians. They gonna vote for me regardless of what I say. It's a simple tactic. That's all you dudes do. You appeal to emotions. You try to appeal to the crowd. You have no logic, and you weren't even on task. It was so many Aboriginals in the live stream. Like it was like shout out to Hardline Boss, right? Hardline Boss don't come around too often no more. But Hardline Boss, he's an Aboriginal. He was in the chat. He even said if we're going off the parameters of where A00 comes from, I gotta give this to Lucky. Lucky showed it says it's from Africa. He didn't even say he agreed that A00 is from Africa. He said as it pertains to the crowd and as it pertains to the conversation, he got to go with Lucky because A00 was only proven to be from Africa based on the debate. That's what that nigga said, right? And he's an Aboriginal. And me and him that had our disagreements because this nigga was riding with Ab TV when he knew for a fact I built Ab TV wife app. And I was in the chat with them niggas. That's why I say he knew for a fact because I was sending him screen grabs of the app that I was making for her. I was showing him every step of the way because I was proud of my work. So I was like, hey, Hardline, look at what I'm doing. And Hardline was talking about he was trying to get in the coding at the time. So I was showing the nigga everything I'm doing for this lady's website. And then when they tried to slander me and said I'd never made the website, he was just sitting back allowing them to slander. So me and him had a little beef because I'm like, nigga, you know for a fact I wasn't doing that shit. He know for a fact I wasn't no scamming or nothing because I was showing him what I was doing. So I didn't appreciate how he just let them run with that name. But I don't got no problem with Hardline. Like I said, he for the most part he's straight. So this nigga even said she didn't show nothing that would suggest Albert Perry's Y chromosome was the oldest. She showed nothing that would suggest A00 comes from America. But she spoke for so long and didn't even address nothing. She's talking about Darwin. Ma'am, can you please get into the 21st century? Can you please make your way up to the 21st century, please? What the hell are you doing in the 1500s? What are you doing in Noah Webster's dictionary showing us the term swarthy? What are you doing showing Charles Darwin? Charles Darwin is a pseudo-scientist. I'm going to keep saying that. I don't care who don't like me saying it. Charles Darwin is a pseudo-scientist. He was right about 2 or 3 things like a broken clock. Okay, just because a broken clock is right twice a day, does that mean you can tell the time off of a broken clock? Because a broken clock is right twice a day, can you then tell time off of it? If you can't, why are you bringing up a pseudo-scientist, pseudo-historian named Charles Darwin? You're doing that because Aboriginals are emotionally attached to Charles Darwin. So if you say Darwin, they say, ooh, Darwin bad, Dosey good. That's what you niggas do. Y'all are low brow, low vibrational, low information voters. All you need to do is see Dosey good, Darwin bad, and you're going to vote for Dosey. You're a low brow degenerate. You're essentially a Denisovan. You niggas are Denisovians. That's what I'm going to start calling you niggas. Y'all ain't Albos, y'all Denisovians. Niggas is low brow, low informational voters who once they heartstrings get tugged on, they know where they're going. So easy to influence you niggas. All she had to do was put Swarthy on the screen and Charles Darwin. It's been almost the entire first round. She's talked about Charles Darwin, Swarthy, and some nigga named Mark who said he's seen Indians. Can we get to the 21st century? What the fuck are you doing? Like, for real. You trying to tell me I took some time away from jumping on the trampoline with my son, extra hours to put together a PowerPoint? For what? This is why niggas fucking with y'all because we be wasting time. This is why we rather just make our own content, because we waste time with niggas who are not serious. We waste time with niggas who are not serious about life. And then Shangoon wonder why a nigga called you niggas goofy, and he say that we feel like y'all niggas just be playing around, y'all childish. We think you're childish because for an entire round, Dosey did not show a single source or even mention or reference A00. But you're gonna say she won 3-0. You're gonna say she won 3-0. She has not even spoke on a single segment of the debate. She talked about Darwin, she talked about Swarthy, and she talked about some nigga named Mark. Nothing of that has anything to do with a debate. If this was a real debate with moderators and judges and people that scored a debate, she would have lost all type of points first round. If we score in this debate round for round, she's already lost this round and she's not even over yet. I used 9 minutes better than she used her entire. She used 15 minutes of a round and didn't speak about Albert Perry one time. And you lowbrow Denisovians ate it up. You niggas is Denisovian Neanderthals, bro. Let me let her finish because she think that somehow, some way, the last 4 minutes of her round is gonna save her. Ma'am, you haven't been on topic this entire round. What aren't you listening? We can hear the round. You haven't been talking about nothing. It's been an entire half a round. You haven't talked about shit.
It is basing his studies on Linnaeus system, but he comes up with a tree of life that is going to expose the extinct species that link us to monkeys. Then we have him build the first phylogenetic tree in 1837. So no one denies in the scientific community the effects that Darwin has had for these racial categories that have nothing to do with science. Even so much so that the American
You're lazy with this shit. I just realized I was on mute. Hold up 1 second. I just talked and then couldn't even hear myself. So, like I said, you just showed this. I was on mute, so I'm back. You just showed this. Genetic ancestry don't have shit to do with what we're talking about. And this is why I said you're one of the laziest, most disingenuous debaters I've ever had a debate with. This was worse than me having a debate with PNF. This was the most laziest shit I've ever seen. This is literally the most laziest shit I've ever seen. Ancestry DNA, genetic ancestry tests don't have shit to do with Y chromosome testing. You playing an article from 1995 don't have shit to do with the Y haplogroup testing. Phylogenetics don't have shit to do with race. Haplogroups don't have shit to do with race. You literally have been off topic this entire first round. You haven't touched Albert Perry. You haven't touched Y-DNA. You talked about Darwin. You talked about Mark some dumb shit. And you're talking about genetic ancestry tests and racism. Too bad I didn't discuss race at all in an entire debate. Shit is retarded. And the thing about it is, it's people that was in the chat that listened to her for her whole first round and act like she did something. She did not even talk about the shit at all. It's niggas who really think she did something in her first round. She has not even talked about the debate topic yet. But this is why, and you wonder why I treat you niggas how I treat you and I call y'all stupid, because people can lie to you, very clearly be lying to you, and you just accept it. That's a low budget, low brow, low information Denisovian. You niggas are not even Homo sapien sapien. You niggas are Denisovian Neanderthals. That's how stupid you are.
They say we can identify clusters of individuals through genetic similarity or difference, but those clusters are going to be inferred by whatever individuals are in the database. They also said that they equate present-day peoples and contemporary patterns of genetic variation to what existed in the past, which makes an oversimplification and a misrepresenting of the history. Then we come to the phenotypic variation, which they find to be continuous and based on adaptation, population history, and neutral evolutionary forces. They say because the environment generally changes gradually as latitude and longitude changes, we see a phenotypic variation that would go across the frequency of a range of populations. So how are they going to just sim it down to 3 or 4 populations? So, okay, now we're in 2011, 2012, when we have the discovery of Albert Perry's Y-DNA. So it comes across because Thomas Cron of the Family Tree DNA Genomics Research Center comes across an unusual Y chromosome. It didn't match up with any known haplogroup. So he sent the sample to Dr. Michael Hammer. Dr. Michael Hammer agreed with deeper sequencing. This was an unknown haplogroup, and he named the branch haplogroup A00. So we see about A00 that it's extremely ancient age combined with rarity of the an A00 lineage. They say it has a very low frequency in Central Africa, but you remember that part. The A00 lineage was discovered in a large database of consumer samples of African Americans and had not been identified in any traditional hunter-gatherer populations in sub-Saharan Africa. They compared the Albert Perry 240 kilobases to a subset of these regions, 180 kilobases, previously known as the basal lineage A1B, which we rename here A0. So this is not an A0 class. This is a known lineage that they have called A1B. But I thought Albert Perry didn't match up to
Again, this is right here. We're 14 minutes into her first round. This is the first time she's introduced Albert Perry to the conversation. Right? The first time she's introduced him to the conversation. And let's read what's on her screen. Hold up. Let's get this shit out of here. Let's read what's got right here. We report the discovery of an African American Y chromosome that carries the ancestral state of all SNPs. Right? This is the Menendez article. We can't get the official. We can only get a screen grab. Right? What does it say? What she got highlighted? The extremely ancient age combined with the reality of the A00 lineage, which we also find at very low frequencies in Africa. Right? Why are you showing us a study that suggests Albert Perry's DNA as a very low frequency in West Africa? Then she goes on to lie to the people, right? She goes on to say A1B is who these people really are. This is what she tries to say. So immediately when she did that, right? Again, this is why I'm like, bro, she just lies and don't. There's nobody who has a debate with you that didn't think that you lied. And not only do a nigga not need to go to AP's channel to get a debate, you niggas need us. You niggas need us. Nobody goes to no Aboriginal channels. It's 50 niggas over there. When y'all have some smoke with us, when y'all put us in the channel and the title, then it's 130. Then it's 140. Last night in the debate, it was 170 people watching. You niggas can't pull 170 people watching unless you got one of us over there debating you niggas. We don't need your channel. We don't need none of y'all content. We can make our own content about you idiots all day long. Dosey, this was the laziest debate I've ever seen from an Aboriginal. You did worse than Hawk School. You did worse than Hawk School. She's trying to argue. Let's do it. And let me show this for everybody. She's trying to argue the dumbest I've ever seen, right? She's A1B becomes AO in 2012, right? This is already known. This is already known. In 2012, significant discoveries regarding the Y DNA haplogroup A were made, particularly concerning the transition of A1B to A0. That change was part of a broader understanding of the evolutionary history of the Y chromosome. The identification of A00 and A0 marked a new branch in the lineage, emphasizing the complexity of A haplogroup, right? So they didn't want to just classify it as another A1B because it had an older mutation, but it was on the same line. It was related to A1B. So because it was an A1B line that was an older mutation, they decided to give it its own moniker, A0. A0 has two branches, A0T, A0O. Very simple, not complex. A1B is A00. But she's trying to lie to the people, right? To try to make it seem like, oh, the shit that they found wasn't even A00, it was A1B. There is no A00. It's A. And if you look up Albert Perry's DNA, it's actually AL1084 or some shit like that. It's an AL. What are you talking about? The lineage, the basal lineage is A. A is from Africa. You cannot get around it. You tried to lie to the people talking about A1B. Talking about it wasn't A00, it was A1B. Meanwhile, A1B is A00. They reclassified it. They reclassify shit all the time. It's called updating your shit. But you didn't do that. And you know that the Aboriginals don't care to update their shit. They're just dick eaters. They're just dick eaters. So again, this was the lousiest performance. This is the lousiest performance right? This is so simple. And then this is what I also told. This is what I also showed, nigga. This is not a popularity contest. And this is why that's my last debate on Aboriginal Powers channel, right? This is not a popularity contest. And that's what you Aboriginals keep thinking y'all getting yourselves into. And I told you before the debate, a debate is not a popularity contest. That's how you know you lost. You're trying to win based on people voting for you. This is not a versus battle. You're not DJ Drama. I'm not No Limit, and I'm not going against Cash Money Records. This is a debate on information. Is Albert Perry's genetics from Africa or America? You failed to prove your point. You got whooped in the first round, and then you tried to press the play button on some niggas who wasn't even in the chat. It was only 170 people watching. Why was it 200 and some voters? And you only won by 9%. So imagine an Aboriginal on an Aboriginal channel only wins a debate by 9%. I got 46% of the votes. 46% of the votes on an Aboriginal channel full of low brow, low budget, low information Denisovians. Are you serious? Are you serious? She didn't prove nothing the entire debate. Wasted my entire time. This shit was like literally the most, it was like I said, it was the lousiest debate I ever seen from an Aboriginal. She did worse than Hawk School. She did worse than PNF. She did worse than PNF. Let's go back. I'm gonna let her finish her roundup. I smoked her first round. Look at my round versus look at her round.
180 kilobases, previously known as the basal lineage A1B, which we renamed here A0. So this is not an A0 class. This is a known lineage that they have called A1B. But I thought Albert Perry didn't match up to any known haplotypes. So we come here to the 4 mutations that are in Albert Perry's A00, but they're not even genotyped, but indicated as shared with the Imbo people. To make it make sense as far as the estimation of level of variation between Albert Perry and the Imbo, they say it would take 11 mutational steps to get to the nearest Imbo between the Albert Perry's descendant. But any pair of Imbo, no matter if you go to the past of 200,000 years to the present, the greatest mutation, no difference, is going to be 9 steps. So what that mean for us? That means a genetic difference of about 4,000 to 6,600 changes between Albert Perry's descendants to any of the 3 Imbos.
So Dozy has been incorrect all the time. Who made these graphics? Who made these graphics? Did you make these graphics yourself? All these graphics are inaccurate. Albert Perry's A00. Look at you. First of all, you cooked yourself. A00A. That means you know Albert Perry is A00A. Look at the screen, everybody. I want y'all to pay attention to her screen. Look at the screen, everybody. Look at the screen. She's got an Imbo cluster A1B. Then she's got Albert Perry's A00 marked as A00A. And she has 11 STR steps. Meanwhile, she's wrong. It's 12 STR steps, first of all. And there's 2 Imbo, not 3. So where are you quoting your information from that you have it that factually inaccurate? Where are you quoting information from where you're that factually inaccurate? Albert Perry had 12 STR steps removed from the 2 Imbo people that were alive. Now watch what she does, right? A00A Perry. It's what it says right there. She literally her first round. y'all not paying attention. She shows Albert Perry is listed as A00A. In my first round, I told niggas Albert Perry was listed as A00A, and Albert Perry was way down here on the phylogenetic tree. I said the originator of the phylogenetic tree was the Shumlanka remains, right here, cataloged in the Allen Ancient Genome Project. I said all this in my first round. She turns around following me up in her first round, and she shows a graphic in which Albert Perry is listed as Albert Perry A. She shows a graphic corroborating what I said. So if Albert Perry is listed as A00A, he's not the oldest genetic mutation. The oldest genetic mutation is at the top of the phylogenetic tree, forming 235,000 years before the present. You're way off. You're nowhere near close. You got smoked in every aspect. All right, you said no sound. Let me go back. Hold on, you say no sound. Let me go back. I gotta reshare. Sometimes it be doing it. It's all right. I got about 6 more days with Restream. I'm throwing Restream in the motherfucking trash. Working my damn computer this hard. I'm throwing Restream in the motherfucking trash. So again, like I told y'all, this entire debate, the first round, she has not been on topic. She finally graces us with Albert Perry, and it's all of 30 seconds. Watch the rest of her round. See if she ever brings back up Albert Perry again.
And common ancestors. So what is the inferred genotyping that they did with the IMBO? Basically, they compared tested SNPs across multiple lineages in Africa, shared the mutation, and estimated the untested ones. This is not what they did with Albert Perry's DNA. They had direct genotyping, the direct sequence base of the 240 kilobases, and they identified all the SNPs. 1 second, can you pause my time? How much is it? Because I have to stop sharing.
Your time is paused at 6 minutes and 56 seconds. You're muted, just in case you're speaking. But yeah, it's paused at 6 minutes and 56 seconds.
Okay. Sorry, it blanked out on me. I'm just going to the next, and then I'll get it up. Once I have it shared, I'll start.
When you start speaking again, the screen share, and I'll start the time. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Drop those fire emojis if you're enjoying the debate. Make sure y'all take some notes. For those that want to ask some questions in the after party, we will be hosting an after party after this. So make sure y'all tap in with the tap in. Also support the channel, thumb up the video, and donate, man. This is a free debate, but hey, support the channel, support the host that's doing the most. This is a blockbuster. This is fire right here. Let's go.
All right, I'm ready. start from the current stream. We're comparing the different populations, like the Africans, to Albert Perry and the Y chromosome. So, sorry, it looks like it stopped again. Pause it again. Sorry about that.
All right.
Okay. It's coming up now, so you can start it now. The Y chromosome does not recombine, so SNPs are a straightforward line of inheritance from father to son over thousands of years. Each mutation becomes a marker. So that means that the shared SNP should be shared ancestry. The unique SNP should help us build the haplotype of that basal lineage, and missing SNP should mean that someone does not belong to that lineage at all. This is exactly how Albert Perry's A00 lineage was identified and was unknown with any haplotypes they had at the time. So what do they do now instead with inferring missing DNA? Take the sets of reads and let's imagine them to be bases of the EMBO DNA and our reference genome being Albert Perry. They basically take the sets of reads that they get from the EMBO and copy and paste them to the reference genome, since they didn't genotype it, and then build upon that missing DNA. So the inferred DNA is not observed DNA. It's not something that they know it has components of A00 EMBO. They're inferring that it does. It ends up being a reference bias for the final haplocall, and the deep entry ends up being tied to African data sets. Unusual SNPs are usually just erased or corrected according to them. So we can see, as far as in Colin Barrett's father of all, that 340,000 years ago, he said Y chromosome was so distinctive in Albert Perry that he was different than any man that ever existed. His lineage probably separated 338,000 years ago. And he said they would only be able to find this mystery if it wasn't for the consumer DNA databases to make the discovery possible. We see other scientists that were coming against their unusual practices. How were they using unequal lengths of DNA to compare? And they had an estimated mutation rate that just was false and wouldn't fit in the plan of how genetics work. So we can see here again where they're putting A0 before any of the other A0, A1 lineages and saying that it can even go back before. We have Albert Perry being completely divergent from these EMBO individuals, and we can see the timeline of where they had the former Adam to their revised Adam now with Albert Perry's DNA. So where did they get the African DNA in the first place? Well, that's because in 2011, the same database had already been testing their theory that the origins of humanity was out in Africa.
4 minutes.
See that they sequenced, thank you. You see that they sequenced about 200 kilobases of a male-specific region in the human Y chromosome. Didn't they say they compared Albert Perry with 180 kilobases? Sounds like about 200. So let's see what they said. They interpret supporting an African origin for modern humans. They had the Kozoin and the Ethiopians of East Africans being the largest or deepest lineages of phylogeny. But they said with clade A, when they defined amongst the Africans and the markers, they were not even a monophyletic group of lineages. That means even all the Africans didn't relate to each other. They used an analysis of African DNA samples that showed that the deepest clades were revised in the phylogeny to be found in Central and Northwest Africa. So we see here that they talk about finding the A1B. That's one of the deepest branches that they find in the African genetics from the Y chromosome, as well with A1A and A2. to T. Remember, they reclassify A1B as A0. They say the 4 subjects, 2 Berbers from Northwest Africa, 1 Tuareg, and someone from Niger would make up what is the clade A1A. And this clade would be detected in West Africa at low frequencies. Do you remember what they said about A00 being in West Africa at low frequencies? So it's not A00.
So this is another part in which she lied at, right? And this is why when the dude was talking about, oh, you was disrespecting her, nobody disrespected Dosey by saying that she lied. This is why y'all is simps who come from the manosphere who got no hoes. Nobody is being rude by telling her she's lying. Look at this name of this article. A revised pattern route for the human Y chromosomal phylogenetic tree, the origins of paternal diversity in Africa. She's reading a source, and the source is claiming the oldest phylogenetic history coming out of Africa. Meanwhile, this article is from 2011 actually. I'm completely sorry. This article is from 2011, before Albert Perry's DNA was sequenced, before the Imbo people in 2015 were tested and the subclad A00B came out. This female had the nerve to show articles from before Albert Perry's DNA was sequenced and try to act like this was showing something. This is what I mean when I say a clear liar, right? Clearly showing that she's lying. And now this nigga showing up in the chat. Hey, Smoke Signal, shut your bitch ass up, nigga, because I got some shit to say about your bitch ass too. Nigga, I see you done lost your rank. You done dropped. Nigga, you done lost your rank. You done dropped all the way on the pole, nigga. Pause. You got A1 running your panel now? This nigga Smoke Signal held a fucking panel for 8 hours last night talking about me and wouldn't even let me on because A1 said so. Y'all niggas is bitch made, little girls. Little girls, niggas who won't even get in the ring. You already dropped your elbow flag. Now the Quincy's already showed you were an Indian slave. Fuck out of here. I'm talking about sore loser. Why you niggas got my mouth? Why you niggas got me in your title, nigga? Grifting off me, nigga. Y'all ass retarded. A1 ain't got no fucking master's degree. That nigga A1 said he had a master's degree. I'm finna expose it again. I already played it 2 weeks ago. A1 don't got a master's. He's a liar. And on top of that, this nigga Smoke Signal, he a bitch. He let another nigga take his panel over last night while he just sat around eating Funyuns with his thumb up his ass. Nigga lame as fuck. So anyway, like I said, she got the nerve to show something from 2011 acting like this is disproving the paternal lineage of A00. A00 was not discovered yet. Why are you showing articles from 2011? You show stuff from 1995 and 2011. Are you serious? And she's talking about the low frequencies that's showing up. This is why I said she's completely disingenuous. She's an open liar and it's lazy lying. This is like the most easiest to pick out. You literally lied so bad. You literally lied so bad. Smoke Center, you know that's a lie, fool. Go live today. Don't let nobody else get on the panel until I get up there. But you won't do it because you're a bitch, nigga. Everybody know y'all bitches, bro. That's why niggas don't take y'all serious. Niggas stop going to y'all channels until niggas started trying to have debates again. Y'all don't have no motion. Y'all need us, nigga. Nobody believes y'all are Indian. Nobody's entertained by idiots yelling and screaming. Y'all be having Lysandra up there drunk out her mind, and y'all be talking about sovereign citizenship. Nobody goes to y'all panels, nigga, unless we're over there. The conversations is dead. Y'all don't have no swag. Y'all niggas not swift. Y'all niggas is old and boring. Right? Y'all niggas is old and boring. You let that nigga A1 run your panel last night While you sat around like a good boy. Y'all niggas is lap dogs, bootlicking nut draggers, man. I'm listening to the conversation. I'm like, bro, these niggas really just hate Lucky. These niggas is so obsessed with me that they don't even see the debate. They just come up and talk about me for 5 hours. I'm flattered. I'm flattered. Nigga, drop your link, go live, nigga, and don't let 12 people on before I get there. Bitch ass nigga. This is what y'all always do. Y'all niggas are scared. You niggas don't have no motion. Y'all niggas scared. You sit around that bitch eating Funyuns all day. Y'all niggas, in order for you to have 30, 40, 50 people in your chat, you got to have 12 people on your panel talking about nothing. You can't command 10 people in your chat, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? And you won't take no phase, nigga. Everything y'all niggas do is fabricated. 30,000 views, 2 comment ass niggas, man. Get y'all ass out of here. She shows shit from listen to her talking point. She said that the reason why they found A00 in low frequencies in Cameroon is based on this article. That's what she said. That's what she just told y'all. This article is from 2011, before they even found A00. So this is another lie I just caught her in. I caught her lying 7 times live. This is the 8th lie I just caught. This is the 8th lie I just caught from her.
B as A0 Africa. So we see here that they talk about finding the A1B. That's one of the deepest branches that they find in the African genetics from the Y chromosome, as well with A1A and A2T. Remember, they reclassify A1B as A0. They say the 4 subjects, 2 Berbers from Northwest Africa, 1 Tuareg, and someone from Niger would make up what is the clade A1A. And this clade would be detected in West Africa at low frequencies. Do you remember what they said about A00 being in West Africa at low frequencies? So it's not A00, that is, it's A1B. They also identified this in the Pygmy in the southern Cameroon and was classified as A1B. So just because it's to A0, it doesn't make it the same haplogroup, especially since this was already published in 2011 before they found Albert Perry. Didn't they say Albert Perry's was unknown DNA? How did they not know that the haplogroup that they were looking for was already in their African databases, since this is all from family tree DNA? So let's go ahead and take the observations for what we really know from what they found in 2013. They discovered can sample. They had 240 kilobases sequenced from that. That was an extremely basal branch, end up being the base lineage for A00. The EMBO samples were not sequenced or genotyped, nor were they confirmed matches, and they were far more divergent to be the origin of A00 itself. That makes the A00 origin remaining unknown. And we can stop my time right there.
I have 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining on the time, so we'll stop your time right there.
We can go. And we can go right here. I'll go as far as it. Let's go back to this screen. I'll put it on here. So, and just let me know here. So since a minute left, we can go deeper into this. Because in 2011, like I said, these haplotypes existed. Why didn't Dr. Hammer know that this was an A1 type when he saw A00? Why didn't Thomas Crane know it was an A1B haplogroup when he saw A00? Because it wasn't. It was something completely different. So let's look at this. They took a sample of 2,204 African subjects. Their chromosomes were not previously assigned to any specific Y haplogroup yet. They took the 8 chromosomes they carry in the alleles to classify them. They found the 4 X from the Berbers, the one Tuareg and the one Niger, and they compared as well the 3 chromosomes from the pygmy in Cameroon. This is how they came with A1B.
That's your time. That's your time. Shout out to the first round, to everybody that's in the building, man. This is fire. Make sure y'all hit that like button, thumb up the video, man. This is fire. We're going to get into the second round. We're going to play a quick little music right quick. We'll be right back in 60 seconds. Hit that like button. Support the channel, family. This is a fire one. We'll be right back.
OBP. Yeah. Bound to free Jazzy Tuck. Yeah. Genie. Here's a little something about an OG like me, yeah. I'm him, yeah. I'm me, yeah. Here's a little something about an OG like me. South Dallas, Bun Tongue, Bear Street, Door Street, yeah. Here's a little something about an OG like me. East Side, Rub City, East 21st Street, yeah. Here's a little something about an OG like me. Got the mind of a genius, but I'm straight from the streets, yeah. First thing I like to say is rest in peace, Pokey. Heard a lot about me, baby, you don't really know me, no.
Nah, I can't let no ABO songs play. That shit be corny anyway. Nigga sound like DJ Cut on the mic. It sound like I was listening to DJ Cut rapping. So hold up one second, right? I got ChatGPT pulled up because that's what she like anyway. So while ChatGPT is loading up, and my son playing Pac-Man in the background, she lied the entire debate, continuously lying. That's all Aboriginals do, right? They can't really face the fate of having a real debate, so they gotta just talk around a real conversation. She didn't even try to prove it was from America, right? All she did was sow misinformation. That's all she did, was show misinformation. Hold up, man. Why my ChatGPT moving slow? I want to put it on the screen. I don't want to read it off my phone. I could just read it off the phone. Don't get me wrong, but I want to put it on the screen. But this shit taking too long. I ain't finna wait on it. Matter of fact, all right, there you go. Why that bitch ain't showing up my old chats, man? What the fuck? All right, here you go. Right? It's because we doing all this dumb shit, right? I'm tired of dumb shit. Let's do it, right? Let's go here. Let's go here. Right? And this is why I'm like, bro, she just lied to niggas who want to be Aboriginal. You niggas don't want a real truth. You niggas just want to be Aboriginal. This is a belief system. You niggas is Mormons. So look, it says, why did they change A1B to A0 and A00 in the Y DNA haplotree? You see how much of a genuine question I asked? That's how you ask genuine questions to ChatGPT. We're gonna expose your question in a second. Don't even trip, though. That fake ass question you asked them that actually proved my point. Like I said, you are one of the worst debaters I've ever seen. This shit was worse than PNF and worse than Hawk School. I actually thought you would do better. You actually did worse than I thought you would do. Straight up. You did worse than I thought you would do. So I asked the question that been said, great question. This change confused a lot of people when it first happened. Just like how Dosey's trying to confuse people as well. A1B, watch this. It wasn't replaced for ideological reasons. It was renamed because scientists discovered an even older branch of the Y DNA beneath it. The tree had to be reorganized to reflect deeper ancestry revealed. So for many years, the deepest known Y DNA structures looked like this: A1, A1A, and A1B. But this is key. This is the important part. This is the important part. A1B was thought to be the oldest surviving Y DNA. So if A1B was supposed to be the oldest and it was found in West Central Cameroon, right? That's why they renamed the oldest branch A00, because the original oldest branch was A1B. A00 is from the same tree. It just mutated earlier. A00 is on the same phylogenetic tree as A1B. Their DNA was older than A1B, meaning A1B was not the deepest. This new lineage was named A00. It split from other Y DNA before A1B formed. So when she's asking dumb shit, this is what? Once A00 was added, the old structure no longer made sense. So the new reality was A00 was the deepest split. A1B is younger than A00, but still very ancient. So A1B became A0. A1B is A00. A0 is A0T. Look at this. This is what y'all don't understand. A1B is A0. A0 is related to A00. Very basic level shit. Very basic level shit. A00 is the oldest. A0 was the formerly oldest. She's using A1B because she knows y'all don't know nothing. A1B is A0. A0 is the sister lineage to A00. A0 and A00 split 239,000 years ago. A0T is Khoisan and other Central African pygmies. B is also Central African pygmies. Nothing that you're saying is corroborating your stance. Watch this. Why this topic became controversial. Some misinformation circles started to claim they changed A1B to hide black origins. It's like she went on ChatGPT and asked, how can I attack A1B? And ChatGPT gave her baseline shit. Wasting time. She said they changed A1B to hide the black origins. A00 was suppressed. The tree has been manipulated. This is all the claims she just made. ChatGPT knew she was going to make those claims. But in reality, A00 is openly published. It appears on all modern Y DNA trees. The renaming is documented in population genetic literature. The confusion comes from old charts still floating around. You mean the fact that people keep quoting 2011 and 1995? Would that be old charts? Outdated DNA project charts? YouTube hidden history channels? The exact snip differences between A00. We can break that down. Let me just say, yeah, yes. Let me just say yes. Go ahead. Go ahead, chat. Break it down. Because she wanted to use ChatGPT and she accused me of using it. Meanwhile, not one time in my debate at all, not one time did I use ChatGPT. She used ChatGPT multiple times. She used it multiple times. Meanwhile, I didn't use it once. And before the debate, I told her she was going to be using AI. I told her before the debate, I said, I'm going to have a real phylogenetic tree. You're going to have AI. And what did she do? She pulled out AI. A00 split before AO. A00 is the oldest. AO is still extremely old. AO used to be A1B. So genetically, the Y chromosome root, A00. Then it's got AO. They're on the same line. They're related. They're on the same line. Now watch this. These lineages are extremely rare, but their locations are important. A00, primarily found amongst the Mbo in Cameroon. Small numbers in what? Nearby West Central Africa. What? A few Afro-descended men in the Caribbean in the U.S. A00 is not widespread. It survived in isolated populations. Willie, you already had a popsicle, fam. No more popsicles. No more popsicles. Nope. I just said no. Why are you putting the box up and giving me the popsicle? A00 is the oldest widely accepted Homo sapien fossil. Right? This is what it. This is what it is. A00 is on the same phylogenetic tree as AO. We know that there were multiple deeply divergent African male populations. Again, this proves out of Africa. It doesn't disprove out of Africa. This is bad work. So even ChatGPT don't agree with you. But let me play the second round. Matter of fact, before I play the second round, let me show you my shit. Hold on. Right? The current consensus, 200, 300,000 years ago, the most common recent ancestor. Right? I talked about the age estimate, ongoing debate. I did all of that. I actually showed where the key defining snips was. She don't even know nothing about this. I am the one who introduced AF6 to her. Right? I showed Shumlanka remains. I showed the Bangwa and the Imbo people have A00. I showed this in my first round. I showed that in my first round. Then let's come here. This is the A00 Cameroon Research Project. I showed this as well. Let me see if I can get directly to where they said he was related to modern day. There it is right there. I know it don't take long. Let me wait for this. Let me unlock this shit after 7 seconds. Knew this shit wasn't gonna take long. Let me skip this ad, make the screen bigger. So look at this, simple and plain. An African American male roots in both South Carolina and Cameroon. This is the project. Albert Perry has roots in South Carolina and Cameroon, including two genetic relatives from the Douala people, as well as my largest ancestry DNA ethnicity admixture component assigned Cameroon up to 40%. 40% Cameroonian ancestral DNA. You have two genetic relatives that are in the Douala people. Two genetic relatives in Western Cameroon. So she asked, why did they go to Cameroon and immediately start testing? One, that's where AO is. So if AO is from Western Cameroon and they found some lineage that's connected to AO, they're going to go over there. On top of that, Albert Perry has two relatives that live amongst the Douala people. Easy work. Douala people, nigga. Do you know who the Douala people are? Douala people. Let's look these people up. Where are the Douala people from? The Douala people are a Bantu ethnic group of Cameroon. So why the fuck are you acting like they're reaching by going to Cameroon? Why are you acting like they're reaching by going to Cameroon? Huh? What's up with that? No, they're not reaching. He's got a genetic relative that's from over there. So they went over there and tested, and they found in high frequencies. They went over there and they tested, and they found in high frequencies, nigga. 40% amongst the Bangwa, 6% amongst the Imbo. 11 samples, 27 samples. No popsicle, bro. Hold up. I just realized that bitch ain't playing no sound. Hold on. Willie, if I go over there and you touching them popsicles, bro, I'm gonna pluck you. You is obsessed with popsicles, man. You can't have a popsicle early in the morning, bro. Mommy's gonna get upset. She gonna say, "Daddy giving you too much sweets." So please stop. Can you put that in the freezer, baby? He keep trying to bring it to me. You're gonna get Daddy in trouble, gang. You need to relax. Let me start sharing and reshare this tab real quick because the audio, for whatever reason, was not playing. So there's a couple of things I wanted to address, right? She said some things that I don't know if she maybe understood or maybe she's trying to openly kind of play the wool over y'all eyes. So she made a real quick play, right? She tried to play on A00 being A1B as far as the MBOs being concerned. But I just put it up, right? Because we need to understand she's pulling articles from before the research had been published about these unmarked samples. These samples, it was 12 STR markers that were not found in family tree DNA. This is what it was started about. This was a family tree DNA project. And because it was not in a consumer database where they had already tapped Y chromosomes, but it was in a database as far as a genome project was concerned, they were able to go in and find something that was similar. And when they found the similar, that's when they started testing people. And when they started testing people, they found A00B, right? They went there towards Africa because of this situation. So when she tries to have a conversation about A1B, the Y chromosome haplogroup previously known as A1B was reclassified AO following the discovery of a new line more ancient in 2012. This newly discovered and even earlier lineage was named A00. So A00 is A1B, but she's trying to play on you, right? Just trying to play on you because they update these all the time. People used to say E1B1A, and now it's not that anymore. E1B1A is classified something else. Now you have to keep yourself up to date with these stuff. It's not, you can't use an iPhone 7 and get on TikTok today. It's not going to update. You have to move your software forward just like you do with everything else in your life. So she's playing on you not knowing that A1B is A00 prior to 2012. Very simple, not a hard concept to understand. Let's go here with it, right? Family tree DNA, right? Bonnie Schrack or Schruck, I don't know how to say her name. Shout out to her. That's the lead geneticist, right? So Bonnie made a note back in April. Family tree DNA met some unexpected glitches, blah, blah, blah. Just to let you know, this is what we're talking about. Until 2011, haplogroup A was thought to be simply the first branch of the human phylogenetic tree. Work by Fulvio showed otherwise. Within the lineage that had been called haplogroup A, more than one branch grew from a known root of extant human lineages. And one of those A branches was ancestral to all others. So when they determined that this was older, they said, hey, we need to resequence this. So our sequencing of members of this project in 2012 discovered more of these earliest branches from the root and before the other previously known branches, and we found that the point of their convergence to a common ancestor lay far further back in time than had been recognized by science in the past, back to the dawn of the emergence of humans as we know it. The branch that had been previously known as A1B, which Cruciano found to be arising from the root, has been renamed AO. It's not different. It has been renamed to emphasize its stature as an independent haplogroup branching prior to A1, which is the ancestral of all other haplos. So let's walk this down. Because what she said, Y turns out the branch yet earlier than AO, it was called A00. Its brother branch is AOT, which forks into AO and A1. AOT becomes A1. This is all used to be classified under A1B. Pay attention. We have to update our rhetoric. One of the children of the A1B is the ancestral BT, which is the rest of the world's haplogroup descendants, like the Asians and all of that. This naming protocol of A1, A00, and A0 avoids having to use up more letters of the alphabet or heavy forbid renaming all of the haplogroups altogether, right? That's where it come from. That's where it come from. So to play games with the people is silly. The conversation is who has the oldest genetic mutation. The oldest genetic mutation. Hold on, let me get back into your article because you had some in your article, right? This right here is from, again, 2013. Why are you failing to get into the modern age? 2013, right? You're talking about a study from 2013. These are all A00. This is what you just pulled up, right? In 2013, they were alleging that his mutation occurred. They're giving it 17,000 common error. This is what they're saying, right? In 2013. They're giving him Africa. Are you aware of that? This article that you just pulled up is putting him in Africa. So please tell me why you're pulling up stuff that puts him in Africa. We report the discovery of an African-American Y chromosome that carries ancestral state that all SNPs define the basal portion of the Y chromosome phylogenetic tree. We're talking about Albert Perry. This extremely ancient combined derivative A00 lineage, which we also find in very low frequencies in Central Africa. So why is your article saying that they find very low frequencies in Africa, and you're saying that it's not in Africa? That's a separate line. How? So like, watch this. Bonnie Shrek. That's that name right there. That's the 1, 2, 3rd name down from Fernando Menendez. Remember that name, right? Bonnie Shrek. She is a lead of the A00 Cameroon Research Project in Albert Perry's Y, right? Bonnie Shrek and Cameroonian historian Dr. Matthew Forka, okay? They helped identify the Y-DNA haplogroup A00, which is the most basal chromosome. Bonnie is a part of the original search. Let's establish this. 200 DNA samples, remember? You just brought that up, right? Okay, let's keep going. Look at this. Cameroon. It says, as an African-American male with ancestral roots in both South Carolina and Cameroon, including 2 genetic relatives. Albert Perry has 2 genetic relatives in Cameroon. So you ask, why did they go to Cameroon looking for an understanding of his DNA? Because he had 2 genetic relatives in Western Cameroon, as well as his largest ancestry DNA ethnicity admixture component assigned Cameroon at 40%.
10 minutes and 15 seconds.
The Y haplogroup. Hold up, I gotta wait for the ad. The Y haplogroup represents the oldest branch. This discovery added a completely new branch. The A00 Cameroon Research Project is run by citizen scientists, right? These people are still actively running this research. The story of Perry. It all started in 2008, like I just said. Jacqueline Johnson, an African-American family genealogist, tested various family members from her Johnson lineage and her genealogy project. Johnson submitted DNA samples of a few male cousins for a routine genetic analysis. One of the male cousins, who identified remained anonymous, was subsequently passed in 2013, had an unusual, mysterious mutation. According to the genetic genealogist, Bonnie Shrek, right? I just told y'all, remember that name. After the 12 marker results from this test were received in 2008, Johnson's unidentified male cousin had no matches in the family tree DNA database. That's their database. They don't have access to every sample in the world. They only have access to the samples of the people who have taken family tree DNA tests. They don't have access to ancestry DNA tests. They don't have access to 23andMe tests. They only have access to family tree DNA tests. Okay. When Shrek became the administrator of the Y-DNA A haplogroup project for family tree DNA, the entire program. At the same time, a landmark paper by Cruciani, who I just mentioned, had just made a monumentum rearrangement of the Y chromosome phylogenetic tree root, right? The A00, A1, AB conversation. Shrek says there were a considerable number of members of the Y-DNA haplogroups, such as A1 and A3, and a few whose haplotypes were not easy to classify. Johnson's unidentified male cousin, who had recently upgraded to a Y37 marker, was one of those members. That's what we're talking about. So back on this phylogenetic tree that I keep bringing up, on the phylogenetic tree, she cannot get around this. Albert Perry is known as A00A. Albert Perry is known as A00A. The oldest known basal haplogroup under A00 is A00 starred right here. And guess where it goes back to? Ancient Cameroon, Sri Lanka remains every single time. So here's this article. It's titled, this is a research article. This was released in 2029. It was received in 2018, published by 2020. The ancient West African foragers in the context of African populations. And what do we have here? Our knowledge of ancient human population structures in the sub-Saharan Africa, particularly prior to the advent of food production, remained limited. Here we report genome-wide DNA data from 4 children, full sequence, 2 of whom were buried approximately 8,000 years ago, 2 or 3,000 years ago. Sri Lanka, Cameroon, one of the earliest known archaeological sites within the probable homeland of the Bantu languages. One individual carried a deeply divergent Y chromosome haplogroup A00, which today is found almost exclusively in the same area. However, the entire genome-wide ancestry profile of all 4 individuals are most similar to present-day hunter-gatherers of West Central Africa. Didn't she just say autosomal was real? The autosomal DNA of all of those people are closely related to Central African hunter-gatherers. Checkmate. The details, right, of the 4 people, the 4 individuals, these 2 individuals related, both of them males. One of them has the haplogroup A00, the other one has the haplogroup B. They're related. And guess who is the haplogroup B? Central African pygmies. So you move in and trying to mix it up, it's not going to work. The way they found this is from defining mutations on the SNPs, or as niggas like to call the SNPs. Okay, so the genetic signature of A00 revealed its ancient origins through unique mutations and provided insight into the timeline of human paternal evolution. So the key defining SNPs were the primary marker that they're using to classify A00, and I'm getting this directly from ISOGG, right? What we're using to define A00 is the primary marker AF6, and you need to have these defining SNPs. These are where the mutations occur. If you have these mutations on AF6, they are classifying that as A00. A00 carries the ancestral state for defining mutations of all the other haplogroups. Okay, again, beyond the key SNPs that define A00 as a whole, the Y chromosome of A00 carriers possess a large number of private derived mutations. The initial study identified approximately 240 kilobases of unique sequences, right? This is why it's important to get the big Y testing. So let me see what we got. Again, I just mentioned the story of A00 is a testimony. It's crucial to the role of citizenship science. What I was just reading, the A00 Cameroon Research Project, Bonnie Shrek, right? They are still actively working in the field, right? This was from 2013. It was fully funded.
3 minutes and 45 seconds.
Why DNA, A00, and the peoples of Cameroon? This is Bonnie herself, right? So watch Bonnie and them. Watch how they talk. Historian Matthew Forka, he's an Imbo ethnic member himself. He's the one gathering these samples in Africa. He's the one gathering these samples. He studied a groundbreaking paper, right? The data for the others previously collected, but now inaccessible samples show that A00 can be found among a variety of people in Cameroon, which is a world of biodiversity, right? This is the search. They are still ongoing right now. In his first trip, Matthew will travel to a remote village and collect at least 100 samples. This was 2013, right? This was 2013. They have since went on multiple. Let me show you the most updated one, right? Let me show you the most updated one. This is from 2016. After anything she showed on the screen. This is him right here. This is him testing someone, right? This citizenship project, haplogroup A00 in Cameroon, having successful samples of the Bangwa, the Imbo, and the Balimke. A00 is the earliest known human brain. Let me do a quick pause because she keep asking, she keep implying the same dumb shit in the chat. Bonnie Shrek, right? Go refute what she's saying. She's saying what I'm saying. You asking why in 1995 when they found the Schumacher remains did they not classify it as the oldest haplogroup? I already told you in the debate, and this is why I'm like, you're just lying. You're just lying for attention. You know you lost. You're just lying for attention. They didn't have the software to do the testing yet. Why Big Y DNA just came out? I already showed when she said that in the research project. So what's gonna end up happening is I'm gonna have Bonnie Shrek come on my channel, or I'm gonna have Matthew Formica or Forka come on my channel. I've already reached out. When I have the lead researcher for A00 come on my channel, I don't want to see no Aboriginals in my chat saying nothing stupid, because I've already made contact. Niggas talking about they having interviews and all this goofy shit. I'm gonna have the A00 lead researcher on my channel. Checkmate. Project coordinator Bonnie Shrek led the team with the discovery. Our first field trip was a big success. Matthew collected 204 Bangwa and Imbo samples. Remember? Hold up, let me go back to my shit. Where my shit at? Remember, I already told y'all that, but I'm just showing niggas I'm not just making it up. This is who he sampled. He's the one who did the sampling. He's the one who did the sampling. They found 35 of them belonged to A00. On the second field trip, they yielded 206 more samples, still to be tested. That was in 2016. They posted this, right? We're now looking for A00 amongst the Banyang, the Ejangham, further west on into Nigeria, right? Now they're updating and reaching out, right? This right here is active and update. They're still testing right now. They're still testing right now. So again, let's go back. Let's establish some shit. Albert Perry, 2012, Family Tree DNA. This is where they found it. In 2015, the two Imbo people from Cameroon tested as described. I just told you about those people. Then a sequenced 104 living males, including a man from Cameroon, which added the branch AL114. AL114 is also A00B, right? It's hard to keep up with, but this is how they works. AL1149 is A00B, right? In 2020, found an ancient branch of A00, subsequent named AL1087, that was added above A00, dating between 3,000 and 8,000 years ago. Above. Do you know what above means? AL1087 is put above A00. This is what we're looking at. A00A is down here. I'm going to keep reiterating that. It's down there. It has nothing to do with the oldest mutation. The oldest mutation, again, goes to the Shumlanka remains excavated 1980, 1990.
Shout out to Lucky. Shout out to Lucky, man. Let's get ready to get into the second round of Dosania. Fire information. Shout out to Lucky. Shout out to Dosania. Y'all ready to get to it?
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow up just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
Let's get it.
All right. If you could go ahead and add the 3 minutes and have the total of 18 minutes for my time for round 2, because I don't need to rebunk that. I mean, he's with me. He agrees. He's showing us how it reconstructed. He showed you how Bonnie, who is from Family Tree DNA, was already in Cameroon in 2011 working on this, yet in 2012 they had the Albert Perry DNA and it was unknown. If you were already in Cameroon and this is a Cameroonian, a basal lineage where it's from there, how is it unknown? We should have already known it was Cameroon. He's acting like all this is new, but it's not. So let's start off in the 1990s where this stuff begins. And they say mitochondrial DNA is going to show us a mitochondrial Eve out of Africa, where they take 147 people to represent the entire world in 5 populations: Africa, Asia, Australia, Caucasian, and New Guinean. What do they say? They say they find that Africa is the most diverse. Duh, you're testing Americans and putting them with Africans. Of course it's the most diverse. Of course it's the most different. And then they say we're going to make sure it's relations to the fossil record. Well, then here we go to 1994, where we have Douglas continuing on in that aspect.
Why is she continuously off task, off topic, and lying to you? It's just, it needs to be studied, right? Y'all allow people to just lie to you because you want to be an Aboriginal. You know she's lying. You see she didn't show nothing in the debate. She's talking about mitochondrial DNA right now. We're talking about Y DNA. Why are you talking about mitochondrial DNA? Mitochondrial DNA and human evolution. She's talking about mitochondrial DNA again. It's the 4th time she's talked about mitochondrial DNA in a debate that don't have nothing to do with it. This article is from 1994. Why do you keep bringing up outdated sources from 1994? Then you turn around right here. You lied. I caught you lying. You lied. She says Albert Perry, A00, right? She says that the Shumlanka child is A00B A4987. That's a lie. That's a lie. The Shumlanka remains is categorized I10871. She lied to you. A00B 84987 is the living people. It's a subgroup separate from A00A, the alive people. Right? She's lying to you because she knows y'all niggas don't check. You just talk. And look, the code I1087 refers to a specific ancient individual sample from Shumlanka dated 6,000 years before the Common Era, 8,000 years ago, whose DNA was predicted Y-DNA A00 asterisk. This is the basal line. The basal line. Yeah. The basal line don't have nothing to do with it. AOA is down here. That's Albert Perry. You showed multiple times you don't understand what we're talking about. This right here is the Shumlanka remains. This down here is Albert Perry. How can the person down here be the originator when the originator is up here? She didn't stand a chance this debate, nigga. She didn't stand a chance this debate. A00 A4987 is living remains. Then not only that, look at this graphic. She claims that they are 6,000 years old. She claims they're 6,000 years old. Somebody can't read. They're not 6,000 years old. It's 6,000 years before the Common Era. That's 8,000 years old. What are you talking about? Your graphic is all wrong. Your graphic is all wrong. It was 6,000 years before the present, 8,000 years ago. It's not AOB. It's the basal lineage itself. It's this up here. Cameroon, 7,885 years ago. It's the Shumlanka remains. That's the oldest. That's the oldest. AOB is the living people. You lied. You literally lied to the people. AOB A4987 is the living relatives. The living relatives. So again, you lied to the people in order to try to convince them that you knew what you was about. You didn't. You didn't know what you was talking about. Furthermore, look at this factual statement she's got written down. Albert Perry's A00 lineage and the Shumlanka A00B do not share the same downstream mutations and are not the same branch of A00. The only deep A00 ancestry is shared. The derived SNP sets are different. Look at what she just said. She's got Albert Perry listed as A00 right here. Meanwhile, in her previous line, when she was having her fucking her PowerPoint up, right? Let's go back to her PowerPoint in the first round. Her PowerPoint in the first round, she's got Albert Perry listed as A00A. She's got Albert Perry listed as A00A. You want to know why she has him listed as A00A? Because he is A00A, way the fuck down here. I'm talking about the person way up here. She's talking about the person way down here, trying to make you niggas believe it's the oldest one. She's trying to convince you niggas of that. Right? But I'll be back tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing a new thing now where I don't go over 12:30. So it's 12:15. I will be back tomorrow exposing more of the lies, replaying the debate again, and showing that there's levels to this shit. What I did in the debate versus what she did in the debate is levels to this. Smoked. Easy smoke, right? Easy smoke. Easy smoke. Right, she played for us. That's why I say her name is Dulcinea Porter. That's Dulcinea Jones. Dulcinea Rozier. She worked for us. She been point shaving. You niggas ain't peeped it yet? You niggas haven't peeped the scope. Easy work. Easy. No, the basal lineage was already confirmed. You know what I'm saying? You got cooked. You didn't know about half of this stuff before you showed up in my chat 5 days before the debate, and Sean P blessed you with all them links. I was up there educating niggas. Yeah, matter of fact, let me play that part of ChatGPT real quick so we can catch that lie, because that was bogus. I'm going to play that and then I'm going to leave. because I got to get out of here. Let me play that when she pulled up ChatGPT. She accused me of having ChatGPT when I didn't, but she in fact pulled it up. Right? She accused me of using ChatGPT. I did not, but she did. Which round did she do it? Her second round, or her third round? Her third round. Watch how disingenuous. Who asks questions to ChatGPT like this? She didn't do a good job of covering the question. Look at where she stopped it. This is called propaganda, right? I'm gonna put this on the screen real quick, and I'm gonna get out of here. This is called propaganda. What Dulcie did last night was lazy propaganda. This is the last clip I'm playing, and I'm out of here.
All right, let's go.
So he's showing like one journal, and he keeps showing Chat GPT and Wikipedia.
So she just lied again. Like I said, she lied the entire debate. I just played both of my first rounds. Put a 1 in the chat if you saw me using Chat GPT. Put a 1 in the chat if you saw me using Chat GPT. Put a 1 in the chat if you see me using Chat GPT. She just lied again. She claimed I used Chat GPT. She's lying. And now you're lying again. Why are you lying again? We can listen to you say it. We're going to play you saying it again.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
All right, let's go.
So he's showing like one journal, and he keeps showing Chat GPT and Wikipedia. I refuse to meet him at Wikipedia, but let's go.
So again, she says I use Chat GPT, and she's claiming that she's meeting me at Wikipedia. Meanwhile, nothing that you say is real. Look at this is how you know she was lying, right? She didn't even show people the research question. She's in ChatGPT, and the way ChatGPT works is when you ask it a question, it populates, and it'll literally give you the question and the answer. So she didn't realize, she wasn't quick on her feet. This is what happens when I say you gotta stay swift. You cannot try to get swift in the middle of a debate. It never works. You always are gonna look stupid trying to get swift. You have to stay swift, Dulcie. If you don't learn nothing else about this debate, stop trying to get swift on the fly, because the shit looks garbage. You look like you lying up there. And right here it says, let's reframe Albert Perry with the consensus filter. Here are raw facts stripped of the Africa only lens. A00 was discovered in South Carolina. That is a fact. Watch what it says.
Chat GPT. Let's reframe Albert Perry without any consensus filter. Here are the raw facts stripped away from the outer Africa only lens.
Look at this. The first thing it says, A00 was discovered in South Carolina, not Africa. That is a fact. Meaning she had, in order for them to say that, that means she had to put that into the question. She had to say, hey, ChatGPT, let's strip Africa from A00 and break it down strictly from the lens of the American side. That's what she had to put in the ChatGPT for it to answer this way. And you know what it says? Yes, Albert Perry was discovered in South Carolina. Nobody questions where he was discovered. But look at what it says. Whatever its ultimate origin, the first known sample ever identified was taken from a man with a distinct paternal lineage existed in the U.S. She's not asking ChatGPT, hey, ChatGPT, where is A00 originated? She asked ChatGPT, where was A00 discovered? That's not the question. That's disingenuousness. And that shows you're a lazy liar. Nobody questions where it was discovered. The question is, where does it originate? Why are you asking ChatGPT where it's discovered? ChatGPT says yes, it's discovered in Carolina, but its ultimate origins is they're not speaking on it.
A00 was discovered in South Carolina, not Africa. That is a fact. Whatever its ultimate origin, the first known sample ever identified became from the direct paternal line existing in the U.S. for many generations. Not Cameroon, not West Africa, not in a fossil in South Carolina. 2, A00 is the deepest Y chromosome branch ever recorded. It split time, and regardless of mutation where you use, comes out older than every other Y haplogroup. That makes it older than A1B, Lucky, not A0, A1B. So
again, she keeps trying to tie A1B. A1B is not the Sri Lanka remains. I'm getting out of here at this point because, again, she's just lying and lying and lying. I'll be back tomorrow to show every single lie again. You out your own mouth said Albert Perry is A00A. 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 That's what all the geneticists say. A00A is not the top. Sri Lanka remains is the top. You cannot get around it. You got smoked in a debate and you spent all your time lying. Right? I'm out of here. I'm not going to be up here past 12:30. I said that. I'm out of here. I appreciate y'all tapping. I will be back tomorrow smoking her boots again, showing just how delusional the Aboriginals are. Voting for somebody when she admitted that A00A Albert Perry. So I'm out of here, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in. It's your boy Luck. You feel me? I'm staying swift to keep from getting swift. And I just caught a body. Yeah. I'm back. I got a debate coming up, nigga, December 7th. On some shit I thought everybody already knew about. Niggas don't know shit, love. If you let a nigga tell it A00 shit came from America, I don't understand why the fuck I'm going back and forth with you too hysterical. These the type of nigga go up to the job site, ain't got materials. I can't go back and forth with these niggas they going federal. You don't trust the labs, these niggas only trust the YouTube clip. You ain't read the charts, my nigga, you just try to cherry pick. When the answer clear as day, my nigga, you still trying to plead the fifth. Why you question my dumb ass nigga, you ain't even catch a drill. You be beating around the bush, that shit don't make you niggas Indian. These little niggas don't never get in the game, they be trying to scrimmage you. Left them in the past, had to leave them right where I had to find them at. Every time I'm coming off the hip, this shit like a fucking diamond bat. Niggas acting like they with the shit, but they ain't in the field for real. I ain't never seen these niggas ain't even got a highlight tape. Every source you say is cat, these niggas say, no, that's fake. Every time I test, these niggas say Africa is in the way. They say, nah, that's hate, nigga, you fake, you can't converge with them. Nigga like that, the source like God talk to him, you never converse with him. You never converse with them. Nigga act like they got tapped in with God, you ain't never even converse with them. These niggas, they hiding the truth. Let's go. These niggas ain't got no proof. These niggas ain't got no motherfucker. You don't even trust the peer review. These niggas dumb as but you ain't even never step your cleats in the field. We knew that. Niggas don't even know what a genome is. Come on. Niggas don't even know what footnotes is. How you don't know that? Nigga don't know what a consensus is, you just going with the crowd. Niggas out this bitch, they really just thinking out loud. Everything I say is straight off the motherfucking facts. Niggas just be all cow, nigga, that's a can't of doubt. You can't rewrite the rules, my nigga, you can't bend the fucking code. You can't build a motherfucking myth off shit that's really old. Why you numbers fucking lying, nigga, you ain't... Hey, hold up. But these niggas lucky. Don't do it to him, lucky. You gonna see, nigga. A00, Africa, ain't no question, let's go. What they say, lucky? You bite to the information. You bite to the information. Back to the information, Lucky. Don't do them that way. Stay walking shit down, nigga. Don't do them that way, Lucky. Don't do it. On everything. Let's go. Yeah. Come on. I know a nigga who say the Indians is really black. And every day he go online just to twist the facts. Everything you say was cap, my boy, you ain't even graduate. Why you quoting J.A. Rogers, nigga, he don't even say what you say. I sit back and laugh, but times this shit get really sad. If you was racing a nigga with no legs, your boy still coming last. All you do is go live and fabricate about the fucking past. I been sunning apples for so long, I changed my name to NPM Dad. Talking slick, he getting checked, bitch, that's factual. He faking woke, he faking deep, he real impractical. These niggas ain't got no books, they ain't got no proof, they ain't real radicals. His whole crew is lost, them niggas is pseudo-nautical. I can't argue with no goofy, I don't spar off of misinformation. If I come with scholarship, it's a dead conversation. You been chasing fake identities, you a cultural clout chaser. I can't go back and forth with these niggas, these boys scared to show their faces. I can't go back and forth with these niggas, these boys scared to show their faces. You be reverse engineering white supremacy, you really fake racist. They say that Andrew Jackson was a nigga, boy, that shit ain't got no wings. You say that Nathan B. Forrest was black, my nigga, you said the wildest things. You say that tribes are speaking Latin, my nigga, that shit does not compute. Algonquin is Paleo Hebrew, boy, this fuck is wrong with you. You say the Klan was full of brothers, my nigga, we you out your mind for real. Andrew Jackson's black, boy, that's cap, we know that shit for real, for real. You say the census lied for centuries, boy, you beefing with the field. If this shit was a sport, these niggas ain't had no highlight reel. If this shit'd be a sport, these niggas have no highlight reel. Niggas is big as fuck, these niggas ain't even in the fucking field. These niggas be wasting time online, we call that nigga Chief Capilot. He say he read a book, but I swear to God, that book don't master plot. Every time I check him for a source, bro, get the glitching out. He ain't even crack the code, that nigga just posted Nazi Twitter posts. Boy, you be yelling on the panel, but you'll jump back to tone. This nigga say the Moors was born in America, boy, that shit is cap and gone, let's go. That nigga cap and gone. I been off the top so long, these niggas won't even right this wrong. These niggas be lying.
Damn, Heiko, you made it.
Hey. Come here. They said, word on the street, this shit. I say, word on the street, these Aboriginals that cannot smoke. Word on the street, these Aboriginal shit is all a joke. Word on the street, you ducking the fade, that's why you don't go live no more. Ever since YK had a debate with you, just ain't been the same. Ever since YK had a debate with you, just ain't been the same. I say, ever since YK had a debate with you, just ain't been the same. You just ain't been the same guy. Used to be the big dog to these niggas, now you're a small fry. Craziest thing is though, about it, your ego still supersized. Even though in talk cast pressure, nigga, you felt right by it. I'm just keeping it real, don't shoot the messenger. These the word on the street, she ain't gotta pay a lesson for. You ain't even gotta hit the cash up. I'ma pay my own weight, nigga, that's why you never heard me ask. My favorite player Kobe and I smoke personal, so I can't give a nigga a pass. I don't know why you thought that faking viewership was finna last. I don't know how the fuck you thought that faking viewership was finna last. I've been at this shit for way too long, I'm starting to lose my patience. Why you always got conspiracies, you never investigate. You steady be wasting time online, you faking views and shit. You could've bought them Google ads, nigga, but you got the fake viewership. But you bought the fake viewership. You could've bought some Google ads, nigga, but you got fake viewership. Why you always saying you digress, you be misusing it? I swear these niggas be with that stupid shit. I can't even argue with a nigga, I gotta laugh at them. Aboriginals like cornerbacks, nigga, they moving ass backwards.
Damn, Heiko, you made it.
They moving ass backwards. Aboriginals like cornerbacks, nigga, they moving ass backwards. I can't even argue with these niggas, I gotta laugh at them. Aboriginals like cornerbacks, nigga, they moving ass backwards. I say, word on the street, these Aboriginals that cannot smoke. Word on the street, these Aboriginal shit is all a joke. Word on the street, you ducking the fade, that's why you don't go live no more. Ever since YK had a debate with you, just ain't been the same. I say, ever since YK had a debate, you nigga, you just ain't been the same.
Damn, Heiko, you made it.
It seemed like ever since YK had a debate, you just ain't been the same. You just ain't been the same guy. Used to be the big dog to these niggas, now you a small fry. To these niggas, now you a small fry. All you do is walk around, nigga, and try to propagate. All you niggas do is false prophet, try to propagate.